love Michigan sports. Red Wings, Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Michigan State, and the list goes on. And you love beer. Love beer. Who doesn't? What if we mixed the two together? This is State of My Sports. We'll talk everything Michigan sports, like only we do, and then we'll down our fair share of beer from a local brewery, grading the beer throughout the episode. So pop a cold one on your end, and we'll get busy on ours. This is the State of My Sports.
That's right, everyone. It's State of My Sports, and this is episode 111. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for joining us live. Thanks for listening after the fact, all that good stuff. We are at Second String Leather Company once again, and we'll be checking in with Zach Smith and Joe Messina. Also joining us, oh my gosh, I forgot.
He's so distracted by what's
so
going
distracted.
on. He can't do this.
Help me.
While
yes,
this is going on, Sam
My bad.
is just so
we are also
distracted.
joined by realtor / retired AHL goalie / retired news anchor Dan Harland. My bad on that.
I thought you were talking about me, Ryan Waldhart. That's who you're trying to think of, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to use their hockey expertise to talk some NHL playoffs in Detroit Red Wings. Kyle has a little bit of a surprise list for us, and this is the first time I think I've ever let him do something like this, so I'm a little nervous.
That's the
reason why I was distracted, I think. So,
The amount of texts I got from Sam in the last week saying how nervous he was is amazing.
I work different. I get it. For our Betting Hero segment, we're going to talk about the Rocket Mortgage Classic, which is this weekend. That is the tournament in Detroit, right?
Yeah, PGA, right?
Yeah, that starts probably when most people are listening here, so it's Thursday.
Did you guys watch last week's PGA tournament?
I didn't. I heard a lot about it. I bet you.
What was it, like 7 or 8 holes in a row? Like the same hole playoff over and over and over. Par 4, they just kept parring everything.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Who was in it?
Oh, I don't know. 2 no-names.
Two no-name guys.
No clue, but
if it wasn't Tiger, I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
So
Phil?
and then for our Siciliano's Market, we actually are going to grade Awesome Brothers beer. They sent us a variety pack. It's called Variety Pack. So we're going to grade that one. That'll be a good time. Before we jump in, I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, the Hobbs Brewing Company and Cafe, Siciliano's Market, Mac Web Design, and Betting Hero. All of us are here today. This is a packed house. We got John working behind the scenes, Micah, Kyle, Ryan, myself, and then Zach, Joe, and Dan. This is a packed house.
It's a lot of us.
Thanks for having us today, Joe.
Hey.
I mean, Second String Leather Company having us once again. This place
Always
is awesome.
welcome. You bring beers, so
I bring a lot of beer.
That's true.
Probably too much beer, but it gets it out of my house and makes my wife happy.
And you
that it's not in
had
our
like
house.
salami or whatever, so it
we
was
had
great.
salami, we had pretzels, we had pita bread, we had it all.
Yes, it was excellent. So, Fuzzy, you made it as well. Happy anniversary
Thank
yesterday.
you.
How many years is that?
8.
8 years.
8
Wow.
years.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very cool.
2 kids, right?
Yep.
8 years, 2 kids. Very
8
nice.
years, 2 kids.
And Dan rocking the Calgary Flames jersey. What's up with the Calgary Flames jersey?
Well, I'll explain my love for the Chicago Blackhawks in a minute. And
I
don't know how I.
You're good.
Yeah, I figured it out
No.
eventually here.
We're good.
Was it on?
It was on. Now you're good.
You would think I was a professional broadcaster.
Is it on?
No, hold on, it's off.
No.
We're working on it here. Let me jump over there.
get over there.
That might be on me. Someone talk.
Yeah. Can I just
Is
start
his
talking
mic
about...
not plugged in? Oh, didn't we do sound check on his mic?
I don't think we did. No.
Man, this is live stuff. I don't know what's going on.
This is
Can
poor
I
production.
Can I talk about the Pistons or no? Should I go on?
Yeah, give us a reaction.
You definitely
Yeah,
wasn't
good
getting
call.
sound there, John. This is why we do it live, right? This is the good stuff. Facebook's laughing at us right now.
We usually
Luckily,
try
we
not
have a
to.
backup. We always come with a backup.
Yeah, let's throw that over there. My bad. Sorry about that.
While we are doing this, let's get Ryan's reaction to.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
the,
this is what
Ryan was
I.
not with us when they won the draft.
Yeah, this is
lottery.
why I showed up today.
Number
Yes,
one pick.
yes,
Number
yeah.
one pick.
Number one.
Everything else is going to be like hockey and everything that I don't know very well.
Did
so
they
I
do a
gotta talk
lottery
basketball.
like with a ball, like hockey does?
Yeah, I actually didn't even watch it live. I don't know. How did
I
it go, you
think
guys?
They always used to, at least. I don't know, but this time it was more like it was already set with he was being handed envelopes like the Emmys or something like that.
So the Pistons, their
So
worst.
someone wrote basically a check to get
Essentially, yes. Yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Wallace did. That's why he was so calm.
Did you check
through
that,
the whole
Mike?
thing.
I didn't check it, Dan. Do we?
Am I on?
Oh,
It is.
there we go.
Hey, all
Welcome to the
right.
party.
Now the party's begun.
Yes,
All right, we're
yes.
good
There we
now.
go.
That
Dan's
was
here.
our joke on you. That was all planned.
Yeah, rookie hazing. It's all good.
Yep. First lap around.
Yeah.
First lap, all
Thanks
by
for
himself.
joining us.
Could've got my head shaved.
We're gonna get to know you a little bit as we go. I'm sure people recognize the name, so people were wondering where you're at. So we're gonna get into that later on. But we did want to talk Pistons. Keep on going there, Ryan?
Yeah, well, I was just saying that, going into this lottery, I was absolutely convinced that they were going to get the 6th overall pick, which is outside the top 5, the top 5 big prospects that everybody was worried about, or everybody wanted, I guess you could say. And I really was just convinced that the Pistons were going to get screwed like they always do. So they were going to get either 6 or 5 or even 4, like best case, and I just never dreamed that they would get number 1.
Just kind of like
So-
the Wings did.
Yeah, exactly, like every year with the Wings right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I basically convinced myself that I didn't even want Cade Cunningham, which is the top prospect
he's
in
the
this
number one.
draft.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you that because you kind of said it's not the slam dunk that you almost didn't want the first pick.
Well,
You said
Yeah,
a
I
couple
did.
of times.
I did say that I was lying through my teeth.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
obviously
so
want
that-
the
all
first
right,
pick.
It is a
Yeah.
slam dunk pick.
He was
here.
setting himself up not to be like disappointed.
Yeah, because I'm a Pistons fan. So
Or is
yeah,
it going to
just
be like a
happens.
Darko?
Don't
No,
say
don't.
that.
That's a bad
Come
word.
on, don't say that. That was 2nd overall, but we can't
Now we
mess up
have
the
the
first.
explicit because
He's a
that's
car
a swear word in
salesman.
Michigan sports. So
Is he a car salesman now?
if that,
If
I don't
he's
know.
lucky.
I'm not even sure he can do that. What country was he from?
Russia?
Serbia.
Siberia.
Was it?
Serbia.
Oh,
Yeah?
Serbia. I was thinking
Man, that was a.
Oh, no, maybe Croatia.
It might have been. Yeah, one of
He was
those.
a
Tony
bust.
Kukoc.
Time to
He was
find
a
out.
bust.
Get the fingers rolling there,
From the
Fuzzy.
former-
Yeah.
From the
was a
former
I
Yugoslavia.
think us not
We know
knowing that says it all.
Yeah,
It says
that's a
everything
great
you need to
point.
know.
We should know, but he wasn't worth learning.
Serbia.
It was Serbia. Oh, Micah beat you, Fuzz.
Nice,
Well,
nice
I
word.
didn't know how to spell
Micah
his
is up
name.
1-0 on Fuzzy. So,
No, I just think
on the
Cade
Googling.
Cunningham though with this draft
And he
is
can't even gloat. He's not coming to the mic.
Cade Cunningham is 6'8". He's got the 7-foot wingspan. He's everything that the Pistons covet right now: length, athleticism, decision making, aggressiveness. He could be the guy that ends up wanting to take the last shot every single game. And I also think I've heard some rumblings about people worried about Killian Hayes and him working in the same backcourt and not being able to share the basketball. I mean, this is the era where LeBron James wants Kyrie Irving and LeBron James wants like the best players in the game. You have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving on the same team. There's enough to go around. So I think that's absolutely ridiculous if you're worried about sharing the basketball and who should be the leader on the court. I think Killian Hayes, might be the best thing to happen to him. Because if you get a guy like this that can see the floor and have the ball in his hands and make the right decision time in, time out, he's going to learn how to be the spot-up shooter in the corner when he needs to be. And then he can also use his skills as a passer to distribute the ball. And they're both – I think Killian Hayes is a long-term shooter, and Cade Cunningham kind of proved it in college. So now I think we have spread the floor like we wanted the whole time. We have the athletes and the length to make a difference on defense, and – it's the perfect 1-2 in my opinion.
So Cade Cunningham is the slam dunk. The rumors of Jalen Green being the guy maybe is
they're just rumors. There's always
it's not
going to be
gonna
rumors
happen?
like that. Yeah.
All right.
Now I do think it is important to say that the top 5 prospects, I will continue to say that any one of those 5 could end up being the best player in this draft. I think Jonathan Kuminga is kind of generally known as like the 5th best prospect in this draft. He could end up being the Kawhi Leonard of this draft. So I still think that there's a chance that Cade Cunningham is going to be a difference maker, and 3 of them end up kind of having the same impact in the long term.
It is time to introduce our Michigan beers for this episode, but before we do, I want to remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They are simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether they know what you want or need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they are individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. They obviously have a great selection of craft beer. They also also have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. Siciliano's Market also has the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family, and it is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. So something that we've kind of gotten into a habit of. Will be our fourth time doing a variety pack from a brewery, and this time it's going to be Austin Brothers Beer Company.
If they send it, we'll drink it.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it too.
We'll come.
A little bit about them. They're in Alpena, Michigan. It is a family-owned and operated business. The owners were originally from Southern California and came across Alpena on a cross-country road trip. And with no ties to the area at all, they decided to start the brewery in Alpena and kind of went from there. They strive to having high-quality beer and tasty pub food, so they're kind of like a one-stop shop. It's not a food truck type brewery. It's one that they have a full kitchen and all that good stuff. So check them out. I mean, so far so good. We're going to be drinking Northern Lights. They're woody wheat, 45 IPA. And then Paralyzer Double IPA, and then their Alpena Amber. I think we're doing it in that order too. So we're just going right across the box for the people that are watching. You can see the box on the screen there. So we've been sipping on Northern Lights.
Fantastic.
It is their golden ale. It's light in carbs, calories, and body, but full of flavor. 2.4 grams of carbs and 95 calories, and 4.4% alcohol. What? You
No, we want you to read fat content.
Yeah, what's the fat content?
Fat content. Give us the fat content.
So that's what we're starting with here. And I mean, Micah, you want to start us off with a grade of this one, and then we can have them introduce their beers?
Yeah, this is a really good tasting beer. I'm going to go with a 6.8.
Very nice. Ryan.
Yeah, I think it's better than that.
I agree.
I agree too.
It's really light, but man, this has got really good flavor. Easy to drink.
Crisp.
Very, very crisp. Good word.
Yeah.
Crisp.
I'm going
Crisp.
7.7.
Ooh, I like that.
Good light.
John, are you writing these down for us? I meant to ask you that ahead of time.
By the way,
I forgot my pen.
great hat, by the way. A little advertisement.
Oh,
for
thank you. Yeah.
They
Great
actually
hat.
shipped that one to us too. They shipped us two
No,
hats.
I went and bought this on my own. I drove there to get this hat.
Is that what happened?
And their beer, yeah.
I was up in the area.
Come on, man.
Kyle, what'd you think of this light beer? You've been on the light beer kick, so
I have. For what it is, like, yeah, low carb, low calorie, like, it's got good flavor. Such a terrible score, but 7.5.
7.5.
It's like, it's too round. It's like, yeah.
It's like a 7.0 or something.
Right, yeah, yeah.
No, I agree. It's a golden ale. That's not usually what I like to drink, especially on the podcast. I mean, if I'm laying around the pool and plan on not leaving the pool for about 6 hours, I'll have a 12-pack of those sitting nice and close.
But that's kind of the season we're in, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good point. I like how smooth it is. I really do. I thought it's a good light beer. I'm gonna go with a 7.4 on that one. So, Fuzzy,
Yeah.
you're next, buddy. You tell
All
everybody
right.
what you're drinking. So we're drinking all Awesome Brothers today, obviously.
Yep. So
Good
I
luck.
have, yes.
It's impossible.
Nobody
to say.
knows how to say
The
this.
color, it's like
You're
Christmas.
gonna nail it.
It
You
is-
got this. It's
is
all
it-
you.
Stefan Merkel.
It's Merkele.
Merkel, number
Italian.
one.
Stefan.
Yeah.
You cook it a meatball.
Must be Italian. Fragile.
Great movie.
So is it an IPA?
I don't
Should
think
be on the
so.
back there.
I don't know. Oh. So it's 7% alcohol.
Very nice.
It's in their Merc series, whatever that says. I don't know.
That's mine
I think
too.
it's a
Mark.
New England style IPA, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Gotcha. And you want me to grade it, right?
No, you
Okay.
guys are grading at the end of the episode.
Okay.
But you got to introduce them.
All right.
To
So that's
start.
that.
Awesome. Well done.
And I don't think there's any ingredients really on
What about
here.
fat content?
There's a government warning.
Women should not drink alcohol
There we go.
beverages
There
during
we go.
pregnancy.
All right, been there, done that. Come on now.
Yeah.
You guys must listen occasionally because this is generally what we do to him the whole time. Like,
That's all I got.
All right, Joe.
So I got Dad's Shoes Hazy IPA. It's like, and on the can it looks like, maybe is that
Dad shoes?
Dad's Shoes?
Like
But it's
the
almost like
New
like
Balances.
lawn shoes.
I think that's a lawnmower.
It is a lawnmower in the background. But again, it's not bad. 7% alcohol. I like the can. It's got like a chrome.
That's part of the Merc series again, right?
It is a part of the Merc series. Absolutely.
Were you about to peel the label off?
It's almost like
I do that all the time too.
Tinfoil.
And I actually did that
Pretty
with a
interesting.
upper hand beer, and there was like a special surprise.
Yeah.
Like you got like a really good discount off of something because you like I
Like a
don't
free
know.
orange
There was like
juice.
a coupon underneath it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
yeah, it was actually really cool.
But these shoes, I could see someone, maybe like this guy, wearing them
No.
on
Right?
his yard
No.
while doing some yard work. He's been doing a lot of grass. He's been doing a lot of stone and trees. And
Yeah.
You definitely would wear these
You have your
shoes.
grass shoes.
Yeah, these are
Yep.
totally grass shoes.
Nice, nice.
100% grass shoes.
Dan, what are you drinking?
All right, I got the third entry in the Merck series. This is Merking Dreams Come True. This is their New England as well. They got a couple different New England blends here. It
Yep.
looks like.
Yep.
7.5 on this guy. Good bite, you know. Great can logos on all these.
is
a
all
good
the Merck
can.
series here.
Yeah.
And they got a mascot for this one. I don't know if we can see it on the camera here, but
Yeah, I think that's the Merc. I think that's
This
Merc
is the man.
himself. Yeah.
All right. So hey, Merck's bringing it here. He's got galoshes on, and he's got a little pony on his back. So
Merc series again. Perfect.
good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. State of My Sports.
Yeah.
So, like we said earlier, we are at Second String Leather Company. I mean, what episode was that? That was a few weeks or several weeks ago.
Was it episode 101?
101 or 102.
Yeah, it's probably about
Because
two
you
and a half
were-
months ago.
Yeah, so I think it was April 27th is what I have written
So
down.
what episode are we
I'm
on?
thinking 10 weeks ago.
111.
10 weeks. A lot of changes
Just
in
a
10 weeks.
wild
9 or
guess.
10.
We've had a lot
Big
of
weather
rain.
changes.
A
Yeah,
lot of rain.
A lot of rain. The Stanley Cup Finals are coming to an end here soon.
We
but,
have our waiter. man.
Obviously, we already know what you guys do, but your website is secondstringleather.com. You can find them on Instagram and Facebook, Second String Leather Company, and Twitter at Second String LC. But for the people that maybe didn't listen to episode 101 or 102 or whatever, real quick, just tell us exactly what you guys do, and then we can kind of move on and see what's new, I guess, right, Fuzz?
Yeah. So we take old goalie pads and player gloves now too, and upcycle them into wallets, keychains, bathroom bags, iWatch bands, and a lot of other leather goods as well. We have apparel line. Just came out with some new bags as well, which are real hot. So. And we got a lot of new things coming out in
absolutely.
the next month and a half. So be on the lookout for those.
Yeah, so last time we were here, you were about a month away, I want to say, from your 2-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys do anything special to celebrate that, or was it just kind of like a
We went on a date.
kind of have?
Yeah, where did we go?
Where did you guys go out?
Like a dude date?
No,
kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. No,
You guys had to do
didn't
something,
we go
right?
somewhere?
You got to celebrate somehow.
Yeah, we went.
Oh, yeah. We went downtown
Chick-fil-A?
to Terra.
Tara.
Tara, I've
Terra
never even
was-
heard of that one.
Terra.
Have you guys heard of
Farm
Terra?
to Fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Or Farm to Table, I should say.
Yeah?
Yep.
Very cool.
not bad.
So, if I remember right, it was Collection 8 that was fairly new when we
Collection
recorded. Is Collection 9 out?
Coming out in about 3-4 weeks.
3, 4? Okay. And what? Anything new coming out that you guys are excited about?
I mean, it's gonna be pretty much like just like a standard launch. So
Okay.
we'll probably have 600, 700 pieces in there, but
We
And
do
the-
have one new wallet.
we do have a new wallet. Yeah.
Like a new design
Yep.
type thing?
Yes.
So you
Yep.
have the waffle one. I mean, you guys have so many different options there. Like,
Yeah.
what's special about this new one?
The new one, it does have a bill carrier slot, but it has. Is it?
It's still a 6 slot.
still
but
a six
the way
slot,
it's
but it-
constructed, it's a little bit more rectangular.
Yeah.
It's got a unique look to it. And I think
Alright.
it's going to be pretty well received because our 6-slot series with our 6-slot bifold and 6-slot vertical are just our hottest sellers. But this is going to be a third into the series that's going to be pretty hot.
Yeah. So how do you decide
More-
that you're going to come out with a new one? Like, is it someone that's like, we want a 6 slot that can hold
No,
bills, or
I
like?
think we just try
just
to
kinda-
add stuff in just to try to keep things fresh and unique. I mean, we started off with I think three or four wallets.
I think
in the
4
beginning,
different wallets.
and now we're at like 7.
Okay.
So just trying to change up the designs and keeping things fresh. I guess maybe if you've bought one in the past, maybe to have a 2nd, 3rd, or 7th.
Yeah.
So we have some pretty loyal customers that come
Yeah.
back and,
Yeah.
and purchase. But like Zach just said, like we've added some stuff in over the last couple months. We have a few things on the table that we just launched last week: a solid cologne, a beard oil, room spray, We just launched a new T-shirt today, so we have a lot of new things that we're sort of throwing into the lineup that just keeps things unique, fresh, and
as soon as
different.
I saw the beard oil, I was like, brilliant, because hockey players, the playoff beard and all that good stuff. How long have you guys had that one out?
Just a week.
Just a week?
Yeah, you guys can. I brought these out. You guys can pass it around, smell it. This is the solid cologne, so it's which is something probably newer.
Yeah, I've never even heard of solid cologne until I walked in the door here.
Same here.
Like,
Until like a couple weeks
It's
ago, I
like a
was just
waxy
like,
balm
what
that
the
you
heck?
can just sort of rub in your fingertips and put on your neck.
Is that the tester right there, so I can try it out on my wife tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Absolutely.
is there a money back guarantee for that or no?
That is 100% guaranteed.
60% of the time works every time.
Right?
Little puffery.
Exactly. I mean, it's been unique to. We've built off. That's basically building off our candle line.
Okay.
And our candles, which is lit right now at the middle
the
of the table.
candles were fairly new when we were here.
We
right?
launched around Christmas, January time frame.
Yep.
That was
we had the new one come out when you were here.
Yeah, that was the one that you were.
It's weird that I like this as much as I do. It's like a salad cologne.
It's
Like it's
smells
not
awesome.
something I would ever go look for, but now it's here. I'm like, oh, I kind of want that. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean,
really cool.
I've gone away from cologne just because I don't know how much to do. Like,
Like
I
5-6
caught,
sprays?
like, so I would. My wife taught me to spray it in the air and like walk through it. So like,
Okay.
and I caught a glimpse of myself doing that in the mirror, and I did not want to do that ever again. I was
Or,
like, no.
or back in high school with the axe cans,
Oh, yeah.
just
Spray it like everywhere. Man,
was
that-
walking out of
no,
there.
that's really cool. I might have to buy some of that. I should ask her if she likes that scent before I do it though.
So we got that. We got the room spray and then the beard oil, and it's sort of just another
Yeah.
added avenue that we've added to our
It's so
lineup.
It's so cool, and the fact that you guys have created the brand, and I brought that up last time. It's like the brand it's so cool. The logos and all that stuff. You can put whatever you want on it. You could sell what is the ketchup popsicle? With
That's
it?
pretty good.
Isn't
I've
that
actually had that before.
Well, that was from
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. Yeah.
Pop
so-
to a woman in white gloves.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it has the second string logo on it, for sure. But sorry, I lost track where I was at again. I do that a lot. But you were telling a little bit. I don't remember if it was off air. You were talking about like revamping packaging and stuff.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm
So that's-
overstepping by asking this
No,
question.
that's
or
something
not,
that
but-
we've worked hard on since January, and we just finalized it. It's in production right now, and it's actually here. I'm gonna be honest with you. We
Man.
actually have a sample. So we took a vintage waffle board blocker, and we
Man,
turned it
that-
into a box. So that's gonna be accompanying a lot of the wallets that will go out in the mail and.
it's pretty
Later
high
on
class
this
in
summer.
there.
That
that
is,
box
yeah.
is really cool. The fact that it just looks exactly like the old school blocker.
yeah.
It's creating the experience that you were talking about.
100%.
You know?
So we got that, and customers are going to get a hockey puck with their order. That's going to be built into the packaging, and then we're going to have these nice little pillow boxes that are also going to be in there. So just from an experience standpoint, this is something I think, someone would put on their shelf in their, I don't know, man cave or bedroom or
Yeah.
office and just sort of show off their...
Yeah, they're not throwing
They're-
that straight in the trash. That's
No,
no doubt. Yeah,
no.
This,
Yeah,
is, this
no
is
doubt.
obviously super unique.
Yeah.
That's
so
going to be
we'll-
taped to some kid's hand playing.
Probably.
My son.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, first goalie blocker. There you go, kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sam. I was gonna say
It
Sam.
was a $200
probably, yeah.
blocker, a piece of
I know
cardboard,
for a
but-
fact if I had that as a kid, I would have played goalie mini
Oh,
sticks
dude, we
with
would
that
have
on my hand.
mini sticks all
Yeah.
day.
So
Up
then
in your
we
attic.
would have the second string hat as the glove, right? It would be second string branded, sponsored.
And our
It'd be our
koozie
first
is
mini
the-
stick sponsor of all time.
Yeah, so we're excited about this because it's got the unique look, and we just launched our a new shirt today that has that exact same waffle image on it on a T-shirt.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So you guys can open that up because it's got some design on the inside that makes it sort of unique. And I don't know, we've spent a lot of time just trying to
Yeah.
craft a unique box that, again,
Craft from the crease.
100%.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. I mean,
That's
is there
cool.
anything
That's
else
well
that's kind of in the works? Obviously, you have this new stuff hitting the shelves, or not shelves, but your website over the last week or so. But like anything that you guys are working on that you can share? That's
Our biggest one that we are working on right now is our golf line. So we're actually coming out with
Wow.
like a putter cover and club covers. So we actually have a sample.
yeah.
Is back there if you want to grab it.
Oh boy.
So you guys
Let's
can
see
you guys
it.
can see it firsthand. So we're pretty excited about this because this is something that we've been sort of like in the works with and trying like from a conceptual standpoint. Now we bring it to life with an actual design for a putter. And so you're going to go from putter to mallet to driver.
Okay.
Yeah,
if
because
you're
name
with-
one hockey player that doesn't play golf.
Right.
Exactly.
They don't exist.
Yeah.
So that's something unique. I mean, that's a Vaughn glove from, I think, 91.
92.
92.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're excited about it. It's just something that we're going to add to the line later on this summer and just keep it growing.
Man, that I could see that all over like just NHL players' bags. You know,
Oh gosh.
like they're gonna eat that stuff up for sure.
And that's something that we've really, since the last time we spoke, our custom program, it just keeps growing. And that's something that we're working on. We're doing an actual video about our custom program. That's going to be out probably later this fall, just to give people like an experience of, seeing the pieces made from the beginning all the way through to the end.
Yeah.
And having the customer receive basically their pieces of, hockey past.
Yeah.
That have a lot of sentimental value. So we're working on the video and working up the storyboard to get that laid out for later on this summer, early fall.
Yeah.
So
That's- Sorry, go ahead. Who was gonna ask a question?
Me.
Oh, there you go. I was like, oh,
Hi.
I heard a voice.
So your custom program, I mean, how vast is it? A lot of different products that you've made so far?
yeah, pretty much everything that we offer in the custom program.
Yep.
And it was actually pretty cool because we just shipped a few pieces out to she was a female goalie that played NCAA D1 hockey for Wayne State back in early 2000s, and she made between some catch-all and tote bag and keychains and a couple belts, for her family, for her mom, just like almost as like a thank you for like, letting me, follow my dream pretty much through college. And she's in her 40s now, and this is a way that she said those pads were just basically sitting in the corner just collecting dust, and now she's able to give those pieces back to family members as a way of saying thank you. And it was awesome. She's like, I literally cried when I opened up the package because they came out awesome. Like the pieces were
Top notch.
Yeah.
They were really sweet because she had for Wayne State colors are like green and black, but they had like this iridescent like gold almost. How would you really classify that gold?
Yeah.
Kind of like
like
old Dallas Stars.
Yeah, it's got
colors?
this iridescent color to it that just popped, and we had it on black. It was
Looked nice.
lights out. It was awesome.
So we have a listener. We have a listener wondering if you could make a watch band out of his childhood jockstrap.
Oh God.
Guess who it is?
Kyle Fossey.
Listener Jared.
Jarrett in Tampa.
Oh, of course it's
Jared
Jared.
in
You know?
Tampa. Well,
He never wore a
He's
jock
always
strap.
thinking about jock straps or things around.
being
that.
that it's
Right.
from our attorney, when we talked to our attorney, being that we are in post-COVID, we cannot touch those.
Excellent
Tell him to
answer.
jump
answer.
on the Tampa Bay
How much did you pay him to tell you that? That's a question.
wagon.
I'm gonna dump it in acid.
So like one thing that I was thinking about earlier, like with hockey, obviously winding down, does that slow the sales down a little bit, or is
Not at
it
all.
basically like you guys have just? It's not hockey related anymore, really. It's more of just a brand, obviously hockey related, but I don't know.
It doesn't take hockey season to be around for us
Good
to
question.
sell products.
No, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to answer my awful question. Thank you. Yeah.
I've got a question. When can we expect the first Dan Harland line?
Yeah, he's got to have some pads laying
I
around.
do.
He's a
Couple
big
sets.
supporter.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone that wears his hat in a family photo is a big. He's one of our top fans. I'll be honest with
He's
you.
our OG
Would Dan
brand
give up
ambassador.
the pads though? Because Dan might want to keep
He's got some.
pads.
We've talked about this before, actually, but there's a
great
set.
question, by the
The
way.
set that I wore for the Griffins game. I don't know if they're pretty much cooked at this point. So I don't know how much longer my wife's gonna let me display them in the basement. So we'll see.
Hey, honestly,
coming
life.
soon.
Second life.
Dan. I think early on when we first started, it was probably early. I mean, literally when we started, that's when we sort of like met, right? I mean, that was.
It was right after you guys launched the first. Well, I don't even know if the stuff was out yet. Zach reached
no,
out.
it had-
and said-
I think it
was
was
before.
the second cult. No, I think it
No,
was
you
into our
talked to me
second
first.
one, wasn't it?
Zach talked to me first, right before it launched. He said, "Hey, me and my buddy Joe are putting together something, and we really think the hockey community is going to like what we're doing." And I'm thinking, I had no idea, right? And
Yeah.
it kind of just, Zach was being real coy about the whole thing and not, spilling the beans. But
Yeah, he does that.
I think Zach and I real connected, because I'm a big goalie dork as he is. And then he finally started to tell me all about what they're doing. And I was like, whatever I can do to push the word out for you guys, I'll do. So,
And I think
and then I met Joe after that.
Yeah, and it's amazing because the people that we've met through this journey over 2 years has been awesome. From NHL players to NHL agents to sports reps. It's just been it's more than we anticipated in the beginning. So it's been really cool to see how it's grown. And we personally, honestly, like we're going into like our busiest season is going to be Christmas.
Yeah.
For this upcoming year, and we're gearing up for that. We got some just incredible pieces that we're getting ready to go and get into production for Christmas that we're really excited about. So not only is Collection 9 coming out at the end of July, but getting ready for the holidays is going to be another big obstacle, but another fun time for us at the company.
So you can obviously find all your stuff on your website, but I mean, as things are starting to get lifted, you can go into arenas again. So, do you guys have any plans to get back into Van Andel or other arenas at all?
We would love to go back to Van Andel.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
We have a blast every time we go.
Yeah, it's fun. Our booth is packed. Like people they love seeing our stuff, and it's good because we're a local Grand Rapids company, and being at a professional sporting event to be there and talk to people, and because they follow us on social media, or they may bought a wallet or whatever. It's good to sort of connect with those fans and just sort of show them what we have. And yeah, so I think we're going definitely back to Van Andel. We're looking to go back to Minnesota in early 2022. And then even some other sporting events, if some of like the local rinks have some big tournaments. Because there's tournaments that come through Grand Rapids that have probably 30 teams, 40 teams. Well, that's almost 1,000 players with parents and grandparents that come and brothers and sisters. So, I mean, that's all potential customers.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get into your guys' banana boat, we did want to get past this one more, what we've been sipping on here. What is this one that we're sipping on? So we're sipping on Woody Wheat. Is there American-style wheat with a twist, hints of orange peel, and a gracious amount of vanilla will hit both the nose palate. I don't know what I wrote there.
Both the nose
both
and
the
the
nose,
mouth?
Both the nose and the palate.
And
that
the mouth's palate?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yikes.
The mouth.
Medium body and light in color, a session for the whole year. A hybrid wheat, a mix of Hefeweizen and wheat cream. Mm-hmm. It's 5.2% alcohol by volume and 17 IBUs. Kyle, what did you think of this as a first couple sips here as we're getting going?
It's very sweet for me. But it is also creamy. Like you get almost like a, what do they call it? Cream soda?
Yeah,
Like
I definitely
cream
taste
soda,
that.
yeah.
I could do with a little less of that flavor.
Of the cream?
Yeah, it's very sweet to me, and I think if that's your jam with beers, then you're gonna love this.
Yeah. I'm not getting the Hefeweizen at all. Are you?
No.
I think the cream's probably covering that up a little bit.
Yeah. Boy. 6.4.
6.4. Ryan, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking the grade should have been way higher again. I don't know. This is a really unique beer with the vanilla and the orange, and how they. I mean, it's like it really doesn't taste a lot like beer.
It doesn't. No.
It might be a little bit too strong because you get the maybe like thicker syrupy kind of flavor to it a little bit. But I really like the beer again. I'm gonna go a little bit step up than last time, 7.8.
That's a solid score.
It's a good beer.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence there. It's not what I would want it to be in the moment.
It's
I
kind of
guess.
shocking.
Yeah,
I've been sipping on it for a little while.
It is
Yeah,
kind of
I
shocking.
think it gets better as you go, though.
I don't know the wheat. I'm not a big wheat fan of the wheat beers and stuff like that. And there's wheat in this one, right? I said that. I think
It's called Woody Wheat.
Yeah.
Check your notes.
Maybe.
He was too focused on the Woody part.
The Woody and the cream, right?
This is a
And
PG
there's the E. There's
podcast.
the E. We got it. It only took 8 minutes to get to the E. No, I think it's good. It's just a little little different. But I'm gonna go with 7.2. Micah.
The vanilla is really flavor forward. It's really, really strong. I think the Hefeweizen comes in after that.
Okay.
This is definitely one of the best wheat beers I've had. I'm going to go with an 8.0.
Very nice. Very nice. So we did want to have some fun with Joe and Zach before we turn it over to Dan here. We wanted to talk about, obviously we do the banana boat, and that's supposed to be for, you fill the banana boat of your 4 favorite of something.
Mm-hmm.
And what we wanted to do today was like NHL logos or jerseys, like all that good stuff. So, Joe, you want to start us off giving us your 4 favorite jerseys-ish?
So I had
logos.
my number one, which I think is iconic, is the Chicago Blackhawks 75th anniversary. Just
Of course.
colors, logo, stripes.
Yeah.
The barber pole is what we call it.
So
Really?
We call it the barber pole jersey. Yeah.
Really?
Hawks fans. I'm speaking for all
Oh,
Hawks fans. Yes.
You're from Chicago.
Yeah.
This is not going to
See,
go well.
I-
I was
I
excited
love
that he
that
was
jersey.
here, but now he's a Blackhawks fan.
Now I'm going
I
home.
was
With
not part of the deal.
And
He
he's
says
a Packers
terrible things
fan.
about
All right, this is
Hawks.
not going well. This is going to be a rough episode. But no, but for the people that are watching on Facebook, the jersey should be popping up, or Facebook, YouTube. What else is it? Twitch. It's on all those things that we're
Anchor.
trying to grow.
MySpace.
So if you guys want to check out
Zanga.
and see as Joe's announcing his remaining 3.
Okay.
Here.
My next one is the Anaheim Ducks, which was from this year, the reverse retro.
Yeah, that's a play on like a previous jersey though, right? They
Yeah,
had like a something similar to that.
Like almost like the Mighty Ducks type movie,
Yeah.
almost, or
Yeah, like 90s.
D3.
90s. Yeah, like I think was
Yeah.
it using the D3? It was definitely 90s.
Definitely
early
was
2000s.
They didn't use that logo, but
that was their mascot when they first started the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
called
It
that's Wild Wing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I don't know if he's still around, but
Dan is like an encyclopedia. He's
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I wore the flame sweater today, like jerseys and goaltending. I'm just
I love it.
overly obsessed with it. So the first jersey
We'll
they
take
had,
it.
they had an alternate. Anaheim's first alternate jersey was 1995. This was it.
Okay.
But it wasn't white. It was
the dark one?
teal.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's when they
sharp.
and then the reverse retro
Yes.
came into the white. Okay.
I just
Um,
I like that. That teal is just sharp.
Yeah. Do you think that? So whenever Red Wings come out with like a
Ugh.
odd jersey, it's like fans don't like it. I
No.
wonder if like Ducks fans look at this and they're like, oh.
I remember
But
when
then
they came out with
outside
the black
fans,
ones.
They came out with them, but they never rocked them.
Yeah,
in the
they
game.
never wore 'em.
I don't know why.
They came out with the reverse retro that looked like a practice jersey.
Yeah, theirs was terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah,
But do
it's
you
hard
think-
with those colors, though, right? I mean, this is a unique color with the Ducks.
You could do something really cool with the Red Wings, but
They're just
I
too traditional.
It's way
They
too
won't.
Too original
They gotta,
6.
They gotta figure that out. But like, my question was gonna be like, do you think the Ducks fans look at that and like, oh, this is awful? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man, because they have some. They've done a great job, like designing a good logo
Yeah.
and good color scheme that just pops like that. Like I look at Ryan Miller in that photo, and his gear is like just spot on.
Oh.
It's awesome.
To have that gear.
It's sweet. It's a great setup.
Whoa.
Jeez, Fuzzy.
We know.
Six-
We know.
6 to midnight.
He's thinking revenue.
yeah.
I don't know about that one.
But that leads me into my third one, which is sort of off the beaten path with a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League jersey, the Chicoutimi Saguenay. So I like this jersey because I'm a big Felix Potvin guy, and that's where he played junior hockey. But I like the colors, like that powder blue and the dark blue. That's just
Going together. Yeah.
just crisp, and that's sort of like non-NHL, but that is an awesome classic jersey. And
Yeah.
they basically have kept that jersey style and logo and that look for probably 30, 40 years.
Yeah. I was surprised to see this one. Not that I didn't like it. It's just like I didn't
Different.
know how to say the 2 words that were on the paper. First of
It's
all,
French.
that was really tough for me.
It kind of reminds me of Pittsburgh's throwbacks, but better.
Way better. Pittsburgh sucks. I hate Pittsburgh.
And then lastly, I had a fifth one.
Yeah,
but my fourth one. before
We're
I go-
gonna vote on the 5th one if we're gonna allow it or not.
Well, okay.
But
All right,
let's
fine.
go with your
Get
4th.
to the
for now.
fourth.
My fourth, I LA Kings. I mean, that's like again sort of like a vintage retro, but the crown.
I
is
like that
awesome.
crown.
That is
I think that's the best Kings
Was that
jersey
from
out
the
there.
80s?
Yeah.
70s?
I think it-
Late
well,
70s,
That,
early
that
80s?
was their first jersey in '67. Yeah,
Was it
and
really?
they wore that until '87.
That's what I was going to say.
Just unbelievable.
My dork level just continues to go through the roof of this building.
Dan actually works at the Hockey Hall of Fame. This summer, guys.
Sounds like
But
it.
no, they wore this jersey until Gretzky signed, and then that's when they switched to black and silver.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it's sharp. It
is. It looks really nice.
Awesome. And then they had which I did like the reverse retro from this past year. Jonathan's quick skier was like lights out.
Yep.
So if anyone saw it, was like white and it was purple and the sports gold yellow. It was.
So they basically reversed
Sexy.
this one. Is that what they did?
No,
Or?
they went with more of a white base rather than like the dark purple.
That was a sick.
Okay.
That was a sick jersey. they
It was
did. Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like this look because it's got that dark purple, which is like sort of old school. He's got the Rogie Veg on.
Yeah.
Well, they were
Type
both.
helmet.
They based him off the Lakers. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the
Is
same
that what
owner
it was?
at the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And he has your box, the box that you guys are using on his
Yeah.
hand too,
He's
right?
got the old vintage wall
Yeah.
blocker. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
cool.
he's advertising for you guys.
But that sort of leads me into my fifth one. Why I picked it is
Are we allowing a fifth one?
Yeah.
I'm a special guest.
Yeah, I see the colors here. Yeah, for sure.
You're in my building.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Yes, I'm in. Let's do
House
it.
rules.
If you want to squeeze 5 on a banana boat, that's all. That's up to them.
This is
I'm
like-
not going to judge.
Learning.
I'm
Learning.
I'm like the chubby kid. I want 5. Can I have 5, please? I want 5. There's no 4 here. So honestly, like the only reason I really like these because they're like really old school vintage jerseys, but I love the colors.
So it's
I'm
what year All Star was this?
All-Star jerseys from probably I think they used them in like the 80s.
Yeah.
I'd say late 80s, early 90s. But
You just
then
got to
they-
nod that time from Dan. I don't
Well,
think
they-
he actually
I've
knows.
said enough.
Well, they've moved away from these. They moved away from these and gone to like the different color
Yeah.
schemes at the different locations because during that time they would have sort of like they would I think even a couple of them had like the NHL crest on the chest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they would move, but these were the divisions.
Okay.
So and I think they moved away with that. I'm not quite sure what the time frame was, but the colors are the colors.
1983.
The colors are the second string colors.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
that's-
now we know.
That's sort of where it comes from.
Did you mimic it off of that when you guys were coming up with your
but,
colors? Or just kind of
Zach
work out
and I
that way?
like orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sort of our colors, and that's why they're worked into our second string color scheme.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very very nice. Zach, you're up with your banana boat.
So first I went with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I think it's a winter classic. I love the powder blue with the darker blue, kind of going off of the.
Just pick a color already. That's what I feel about Pittsburgh. Is just pick a color, and it has to be the black and gold or yellow, whatever.
Come on.
it
They're
is.
the
Sports gold,
Oregon
sports gold.
I
Ducks
don't know
of the
where the blue
NHL, and it's
came from.
embarrassing.
That was from the
Dude,
60s.
the Ducks would have
70s?
some killer jerseys. Whatever. Anyways, Calgary Flames jersey with the horse head on it. I
That
thought
is
that was always cool.
Yeah,
Blast-
that one's pretty
actually,
cool. That was Vernon's
That's
second
awesome.
time
yeah,
with Calgary,
when he was there, I got that jersey.
Oh
So
yeah.
I have that one.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And then the Phoenix Coyotes.
All right, that's the classic one there. That
Mm-hmm.
was their original one, right?
I believe so.
That's such a it was such a weird.
Color scheme
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, it's.
I noticed
think
that you
that's
have a
what
lot
makes
of
it
dark
unique.
jerseys though.
Yeah,
Are you
I
more of a
know.
dark jersey type guy.
I used to be an all white. Now
Yeah.
I've turned kind of dark.
Yeah,
Like I don't know what it is. Like dark pads, I'll take those all day over white.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's white nowadays. It's so
Yeah.
blah.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s and 80s,
White
you go
privilege.
to color. It was color. It was
Yeah.
but you could get good colored pads, and there'd be like a lot of centric colors. Now it's just go to a store, everything's white.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they make pad
All
art
right.
for.
Last one.
Carolina Hurricanes. I don't know why the black and the red like pop. And
I
it's
think
just-
that is one of my favorite jerseys.
I think that looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it really does. That's where I would love to see the Red Wings go. Not obviously you can use your
That's a sweet.
your own red,
I love that look. That's
But-
I think it's
and that's where I'm just so sick of like. This, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent with the Red Wings here, but it's like I'm okay with being traditional, but there's a time that you have to get with the times and throw your traditions out the window and just make people happy.
Preach,
Yeah.
preach.
You
And
know what I mean?
Every Red Wings fan wants that.
Yeah, it's like just
Yeah.
get past.
I think
the
every
Gordie, like,
Red Wing
don't
fan
get me
wants
wrong.
a new like a new change.
Love Gordie Howe. Love Ted Lindsay. Love Yzerman. Let's move on. Let's
100%.
make it about the new team and not about the history because as good as the history is, it's history.
Yeah, it is.
And right
It's
now,
been like that for the
it's
last
not going
6,
well.
7 years.
Last time I checked, New jerseys sell, especially if they're something
Yeah.
different.
But I mean, all the other original sixes teams have done jerseys like that look awesome.
Yeah.
But the Wings are the only ones that have not done a
That's
jersey.
Toronto.
You know what I'm kind of
Montreal
thinking of too?
change.
I mean,
Montreal's changed their leaf a couple times. And
like I'm thinking of even like the 1990s Pistons when they were just like the worst jerseys ever. Like they were,
But
they
people
weren't
like those
they,
now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're like vintage
Those
again.
are-
Yeah,
the
The
people
ones
really
with
like
the
them.
exhaust
Absolutely.
pipes on
Yeah,
them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought those were sweet.
Yeah, but
I had
they
a
were
Grant
also
Hill jersey.
bad.
Yeah,
So like
you
you didn't
did.
want to ruin. Like
Because
I
that
think
was like
with the
they-
wings right now.
Didn't they have teal and there was like
Yeah,
teal
there's
and
teal,
like
yeah.
yellow?
Oh,
and
with the
Green,
horse
purple.
head and
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it
Purple.
looks. I think they
But
look
like if
sweet.
the wings change it up right now, like they got nothing to lose. Like nobody wants to remember
Got that
these
right.
like
Look,
classic
they-
jerseys with bad records.
They get
either.
7,000 people at games.
And the funny thing is it's one
that it? Really?
game.
pre-COVID.
It's like one
thought
or
you were saying,
maybe
like, oh
two
my
games.
It's
So
bad.
you're not going to like lose fans because of this.
No,
Because
I
people
think-
already forgot
no.
about those awful outdoor jerseys against Colorado. Like
With
those
the
were
old
like
school
street hockey
D.
goalies or street hockey jerseys that they just threw on ice. It was awful, but people forgot about it and they moved on.
No, they need.
So even
they
if
need
you
a little
screw
bit
up-
of, like a little bit of a wow factor.
Yeah, do something. They need to really get with the times, in my opinion.
They're getting there.
Shoot them an email.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Strongly
Ayo,
worded
Steve.
one.
I think I'm blocked with emails.
They want to hear from Sam.
Oh, it's Sam Waldhart again.
Yeah, here we go.
Delete.
Yeah,
Spam.
Different email, same IP.
So we do want to move on to Dan Harland and get to know him a little bit. He's currently working in EXP Realty. Is that correct?
That's my brokerage. Yep.
Okay.
Very
and then
exciting.
Your website, danharland.com. Instagram and Facebook are at Dan Harland, and Facebook is at Dan Harland Real. And Twitter at Dan Harland as well. The name sounds familiar for people because you worked with, was it both WZZM and Fox, correct?
Yeah. So 13 I was at when I first moved here almost 20 years ago, and I worked there until 2018 and had a chance to go to Fox 17 to do high school football the last 2 years. So
Okay.
I worked there last 19 and 20.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you say which one you liked more. But like, so.
Why not?
Did you
I
have
would like to know.
Did you have a preference?
I wasn't going to ask, but now I'm curious.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
You know, it's two different. Honestly, it was two completely different scenarios. I was on the news side at 13, sports at 17. So I'm going to give a politically correct answer and said they both had their positives.
Very
well
good.
done.
Well done.
Yeah. I don't want to end up in a blog tomorrow.
Classic news anchor guy.
Yeah. So you said when you came to
wouldn't be
Grand
bad for us,
Rapids, you
though.
started working for WZZ. So where were you born and raised?
Just outside Chicago,
Okay.
Downers
Poor guy.
Grove. Yeah, 20 miles west of the city. Born and raised there. Went to school at Southern Illinois University. So proud Saluki. So and then just kind of a weird thing that ended me in Grand Rapids was my folks. We went to a NASCAR race at MIS.
Okay.
And it was June. It was gorgeous, and I was like, "Wow, this is a nice place to live. It's close to Chicago." You know, and sure enough, I went back to SIU, and they had an opening here, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah. So did you study broadcast journalism
Yep.
at whatever school you said? I couldn't.
No, he's a
Southern
biologist.
Southern
Illinois.
Southern Illinois.
You never heard of the Salukis?
I've
it's
never
been-
heard of the
It's been a
Salukis.
long time since we were good in basketball. But we made 2 Sweet 16s in the last decade.
Yeah.
No kidding. What?
You know,
I didn't know that.
Not a big deal. Yeah, no, 2002 and 07.
Wow.
So it's been a minute.
That's more than Michigan State in the last.
Wouldn't that be 2 decades?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. It's 2021. What am I talking about?
You've been saying that wrong for a decade.
Oh. You know what? When you hit 40, everything's just a blur behind
It's
you.
a blur.
So who knows? Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how this whole thing played out, and met my wife. She's from Fowlerville. You guys know
Okay.
where Fowlerville is?
Yeah.
Yeah, over by
Yeah.
Lansing. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
east of Lansing. So Michigan State grad, and we're
There
just
it
going to
is.
stay here. We love living in
Yeah.
Walker. Yeah.
So did you move to Grand Rapids to work for WZZM?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you had it circled like it's not a bad place, or was it just a place I was hiring and it worked out?
No,
Or,
I
guess-
didn't want to live. My folks are still in Chicago, the Chicagoland area, and I didn't want to live too far away from them. And being in TV, you take a job where you can. Right?
Yeah,
it's
yep.
because it's so competitive. And I had an opportunity to be within 3.5 hours of them, and it's, like I said, great place to live. Of course, I visited in June. I didn't visit in
The winter.
January. Right?
Yeah, right.
I was
You
going to
didn't-
ask that
wasn't
exact
part of the
question.
deal.
That exact thing I was going to ask.
Yeah. So but it.
But from
Work.
Chicago, you're still used to winters. You're still
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's different here though. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
I guess
Lake
on
effect.
that
Lake
side
effect.
of the lake, you don't get any of the lake effect.
No,
really,
it's
yeah.
nothing like that. It's colder here.
Yeah.
It's people in Grand Rapids and West Michigan as a whole. They're a tougher breed for sure because they deal with more than we do. We
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Sure.
So do you have any favorite moments of your career in WZZM?
The
and
first
Fox?
thing, yeah. So the first thing I think of when I was, covering sports and I've been a sports dork my whole life. I played. I wanted to get into the business when I was 12 years old. I wanted to be a play-by-play hockey announcer, and I became a sports reporter. First thing I would think of is I was at Super Bowl 36 in New Orleans, St. Louis Rams versus New England Patriots on the field. And,
really?
When Adam Vinatieri kicked the field goal.
Yeah, that was Brady's first one, right?
Tom Brady's first Super Bowl. I was like on the field, and that was
Greatest show on turf.
Man.
Yeah, and the Rams were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I covered every one of their games that year. And back in the day, people don't remember this if you don't follow the Rams because they, obviously they folded. That building was insane.
Yeah.
The TWA Dome or the Edward Jones Dome, they called it. So that was such a trip. And another thing I remember about that game is, I'm out there. We did our post-game coverage, got our interviews. We're getting ready to leave for the night. I'm standing out by the bus exit. Tom Brady's the last guy on the bus, okay? And he's talking to John Madden in the tunnel. And I'm right next to him, it's far away.
Wow.
And no one else is there. And I'm thinking to myself, I had this really neat Super Bowl visor. Remember when visors were cool?
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I should have Tom Brady, who was the MVP of the game, sign this. And I said, you know what? I think this guy's overrated, and he's just a game manager. I honestly, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. He's just a game manager. Patriots were just meant to win this year. This guy is, whatever he is. And I didn't ask for his autograph or anything like that. And I'm not a big autograph guy to begin with, but I was like, yeah, I'll pass. And sure enough,
Do you still have
how
still have the hat?
I still have the visor.
How did his career turn out?
He's done nothing since apparently.
You know what? Everybody thought that though at the time, right? Like the first two Super Bowls, he was still the game manager.
He was okay.
Yeah, he was, and then Randy Moss came, and then he's like suddenly the best in the game.
Yeah,
at the
what
time.
they have
I
60
couldn't really
touchdowns or
fault
something
you for
like that?
thinking that. Like that's where everybody was, I think.
Okay, well, I don't feel as bad, but thank you for that. Yeah.
They're just
No, I
making you
remember
feel
that.
better, though.
If Sam did it, total idiot. With Dan doing it, I kind of agree.
Yeah,
Oh,
smart.
You guys
Smart
hurt
thing.
my feelings.
That's quite the moment, though. I mean, with Tom Brady and John Madden, like right there, and
That's awesome.
early on in your career. Like, with
I was
TV.
20 years old. I mean, it was just nuts.
That's
so,
insane.
Iconic.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Were you just like shaking? And you're like, holy crap.
Well, you wonder the whole time, like I'm on the field in the Super Bowl. Like, how does this career get any better than this, right?
Yeah.
And
And then you're like, oh, it didn't. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not speaking for you. That's a pretty high.
I got to go.
You know?
I got to go back to the one in Detroit, a couple years later, and that wasn't nearly as good of a game. But it was just you get to the Super Bowl, and I think that if you're a sports fan, that's pretty much where
I didn't realize
the
you were
epitome is.
you were only 20 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's like
cool.
I hired my senior year of college, so
Okay.
Sure.
it just everything just kind of came together. I mean, that entire year living in the St. Louis area, which is where I was about an hour and a half away from St. Louis in school. The Cardinals were good at the time. Mark McGuire was doing his thing at the
Heck
time.
yeah.
Was that right
So-
around the same? Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah,
Lieutenant Sammy Sosa.
98 was
Yeah.
the year he hit 70.
Okay.
So and I covered them up until 02.
Okay.
I fell asleep sitting next to Ozzie Smith covering a game because I was up at 4 a.m. Ozzie Smith sitting right next to me where Joe is. And I was like so tired I didn't even care. I was like, I don't care.
I got to sleep.
Wizard of Oz, I'm sleeping next to a Hall of Famer.
Wake me up, Ozzy.
Oh, die hard Cardinals.
The funny
fan.
thing is, there's a lot of people in this world that can say I slept with a Hall of Famer, right? Like,
Right?
that's really not that big
Yeah.
of a deal. But usually it's girls. But
He slept
anyway.
next to.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad.
not with.
Get your
next
mind
to.
out of
They
the
were
gutter.
right there. I mean,
It is what it is. Don't you judge me.
I think it's impressive that you were a senior in college when you were 20. Like I was 23, so that makes me feel really good.
No, for sure. I mean, other than any other cool sporting events that stick out to you? I mean, so when you were with WZM, you were more journalism, not necessarily sports.
I
Is
did
that
sports. Actually, I did sports there
You did
for my first 12 years.
correct? Okay, so
Yeah.
you've always been in sports side
Yeah.
of it. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was the time to be in Michigan covering sports, obviously.
Yeah.
2 Pistons finals. I went to San Antonio for Game 7. That was awesome.
Oh, my
Okay,
gosh.
obviously, they lost.
Yeah.
What a game, though.
Yeah. And then best part about doing that thing was going to San Francisco for the World Series in 2012. Obviously another situation where the Detroit team lost, but getting sent out there for free to go
Yeah.
to AT&T Park. I mean, that was insane.
Oh, I bet.
Free tickets,
All
free
access.
airfare, free hotel, and I'm just, coolest ballpark I've ever been to in my life. It was just dream come true kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you're obviously a big sports fan.
Yeah.
And the rule is inside the broadcast, like you can't be
Biased.
a fan or
Right.
biased and stuff. Was that tough to get used to?
You know what? Only one time I think it was an issue, and I'm a huge Packers fan. and I was covering. Sorry, I know. And there go the disconnects.
Packers and Wings, Blackhawks.
Yeah, there's a story behind that too.
Sam.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
but the Packers are playing the Rams in the 2001 playoffs, the year they went to the Super Bowl. And Favre, it was the second round. Favre threw 6 picks, and I'm on the field, like I'm the photographer for the game, and that was hard to handle.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That would be so
that was the first time I was like, people could tell I was just about to be sick on the field, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, being in Michigan and being a Blackhawks fan, we've had a couple series there that were probably during your career, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
I think we played you guys, it was like 3 straight years in the playoffs, maybe? We beat you guys like the first 2, and then you guys beat us.
2009, covered that series. That was
Like Sam doesn't know.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and bring it.
Yeah.
Well, there's
09
there's good and there's bad. So 09 was the conference final.
Yep.
And that was the first time the Hawks were like starting to turn the corner
Yeah,
to be good.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And Detroit beat them in 5.
That's right, yeah.
Was it 4 or 5?
I think it was 5.
I think it was
yeah,
5.
it was 5.
Yeah, and Dan Cleary scored the overtime winner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was sitting behind.
Was Corey Crawford with the team at that point?
No,
He was
it was
a
Niemi,
black
wasn't it?
ace. And in 09, Hobby Boone started the series.
Oh,
yeah, it was
and
Hobby
Cristobal
Boone.
Huey came in
Yes.
for him
Wow.
to finish.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's a name.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. The Flying Frenchman.
I love
Cristobal.
So that was probably tough, though, because like you
That
probably
sucked,
have, you have
yeah.
to go on WZZM and be excited for the Red Wings. but you're,
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to put on the
you're not-
acting face a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
bet that was really tough.
I think people knew, But
You think- yeah?
But you're a hockey fan. I mean, I even if you're a Wings fan and you hate the Hawks, I hope you respect the fact that I like hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I would. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
I-
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not
most
over the
people would.
Blackhawks
Him,
thing
probably
yet.
maybe
yeah,
not.
I know. I know.
Well, yeah,
I'm surprised
yeah.
you're still
No,
talking to me.
I'm glad you didn't wear a Blackhawks jersey today. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I know
Somebody.
better. I know better.
Yeah, that was perfectly done. But 2013 or 13 was when.
13 was the 7-game series. The Wings
Yeah.
blew a 3-1 lead. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll never forget that one.
Yep.
That one really hurt because that was the. Yeah, 3-1. I was actually in Tennessee. That was awful. I'll never forget.
Living
it.
there?
No, I was on vacation and I don't like. So my wife has family that live there, and we were visiting. And for me, it's like when Red Wings are on, especially in the
watching.
playoffs, like that's what I'm doing.
You're
Like,
watching.
I'm sorry, but that's what I'm doing. And there's like videos of me like just by myself in this big cabin in the
Log
mountains, just like
cabin.
walking back and forth, just stressed out about everything going on. I think they actually won that game, but then I didn't get to watch game 6, and that's when they lost.
Sam is
And I-
really
I
deep
blame
diving
myself
down
for that
memory
one.
lane
Yes.
here.
And then
Yeah.
seven was the one that they had that should have been a penalty called in overtime when they scored.
Yeah, they scored late in the third, and then they got a call back, and the Seabrook scored in overtime.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to my friend John Keating from Fox Sports in the press box, and John's huge. He's from Detroit, and obviously he's just giving me crap the whole game. And he's like, I'm getting ready to go to Los Angeles for the conference final. I'm like, so Seabrook comes back and scores the goal, and I actually cheered at that point.
Did you?
And I hope no one hates me that's listening to this show in Michigan, but it's in my blood, man. So I apologize.
Is Keating the one that was on WZZM?
He was
And then
originally,
he went to
yep.
Fox Sports, obviously Bally now, but
Yeah, back in the day, yep.
Okay, I remember reading.
He's
that
awesome,
somewhere.
and he's
Yeah.
got a lake house out in Grand Haven out near us, and
Oh,
yeah,
really?
good friend of mine. So
Yeah.
yeah, good to see him doing his thing out and for the Wings and for the Tigers now too.
Yeah. So, what made you want to leave the news business and get into real estate?
After telling all these stories, I'm wondering myself,
Well, I mean, it's been a
what are we
couple-
doing? I want to sell houses. I was like at the Super Bowl and covering all these great playoff
You
games.
can always go back once the Red Wings and all that are good.
I
too,
know, right? I'm picking the right
Yeah.
time to be
Picking
out
the
of
right
it.
time.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
We picked the wrong time to start a
It's like,
podcast 2 years ago.
No
Whatever it
kidding.
is now.
COVID.
No sports for you.
It's a low bar. I did news for the last 4 years of my career. I was waking up. We did the show at 4:30 to 7 o'clock every day, and that was awesome for a little while. But I had a baby my 3rd year into it, and he was a terrible sleeper. And you guys got kids, so you guys know what this is like.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
getting up at 2:45 in the morning with a baby was driving me into the ground, and I'd have to go to bed at 7 o'clock, and my wife would be up with the baby, and
Yeah.
it was a terrible situation, and I was like, all right, well, something's got to change here, and I kind of had real estate in the back of my mind for actually probably the previous 2 or 3 years, and I said, well, now's the time to make the switch, and just went for it, and I said, as much as it's going to be hard to leave live TV, and then I'm just going to do it. And
Yeah.
it's actually worked out really well because
The schedule had to be nuts.
Oh,
with,
no,
with,
it was-
with kids, with a baby. With,
I was honestly falling over myself. It was like just
Yeah.
a complete zombie most of the time,
Right.
and that's no way to live life. And so decided to make the change and do something else. And next thing you know, real estate popped up, and COVID happened, and we didn't have daycare, and real estate gave me the flexibility where I could make my own schedule, and I could watch our boys, and it ended up being a blessing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How many
That's
kids?
we have a 3.5-year-old and a 9-month-old.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
So we're busy.
What's
Yeah.
a 9-month-old's birthday?
September 26th.
Oh, I got a September 22.
So someday at the thing, he's like, oh, I'm older than you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's how they do it.
Still going to be a year behind everybody else, though. So that's good
Yeah.
for sports.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's good timing. Yeah.
That's a good. But my mom actually just texted me and said that you guys live pretty close to each other. I don't know if you know that or not. She lives on Richmond. I don't know why I just said that.
Did you just ask for Dan's
said here-
address?
What's the
live on air?
She's gonna bring you a pie tomorrow.
Social Security, no big deal. It's just it's.
No, I've been a victim of identity theft before. Why not again?
No time like the present to start.
What do you miss most about the studio? And like that type of life, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had its ups, right?
No, absolutely. It was the best job in the world. When you're a single guy, there's no responsibility. Getting to travel across the country, covering the things you love to cover. I mean, I never thought in my wildest dreams watching hockey as a kid. It was always my favorite sport that I'd be covering the Stanley Cup final, and I got to
That's
go.
unbelievable.
And I got to go 3 years in a row, and I got to travel. I was in Pittsburgh at the Igloo Group for both the Wings trips there in 08 and 09. And I finally, I don't know how, I conned my way into going in 2010 when the Blackhawks played the Flyers. They let me go. I don't know why.
Go ahead,
I
whatever.
tried to go back 3 years later when they played the Bruins. I said, no, you're not going. You have no business being here. But, that was without a doubt, the best thing about it was getting to cover the biggest events in the world and getting to go, getting paid to be there.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
You certainly pay a price for it, but it was the best job in the world. And,
Yeah.
and if my kid wanted to do it, I'd say absolutely, but
Yeah.
just maybe major in business instead of radio television.
Have a backup.
So you've been in real estate for a little over 2 years, you said.
Yeah.
But you also, I creeped on your Instagram, so I started following you, and I saw that you were like, you were swearing into something.
Yeah. So
What are you doing with that?
that's the new gig. I'm now on the board of review for the city of Walker. So officially, I'm not a politician yet because I didn't run for office, but just something that I wanted to get involved with. Maybe politics is something I want to do down the road, and I wanted to start getting involved with local government. Board of review pretty much is, when your assessor comes and gives you a tax bill for the next year, and they raise your tax rate by a couple $1,000, and you got a problem with it. Well, they're going to come to the assessor and say, well, what's the deal with this?
Okay.
And my job is now to kind of help our assessor and determine, it's like, hey, is this the actual number that you should be paying for your taxes?
Yeah.
And being a realtor now, like you study the market every day, you know what houses are selling for. So it was like a perfect way to get in the door to try to help everyone, I guess, involved. Obviously, city wants to get its money, but at the same time, you want to be looking out for your property owners too.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not get into Parks and Rec? Maybe you start your own TV show.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Amy Poehler's got a good gig going, but I don't know. This is kind of just like the foot in the door. I don't know where this goes from here, but it was an opportunity. I met the mayor, Gary Carey. Shout out to the city of Walker's awesome, man. I really think
absolutely.
I really think that this city is one of the best places to live in all of the Grand Rapids metro area. I don't think the prices of living in this city are as out of control as some other parts are right now. Mm-hmm. We got a good school system. There's a couple. You can go to Granville, you can go to Kennewick, whatever it might be, but and the development they've had here with everything they've got going on is, I think if people are looking to move here, I'll tell them about Walker first thing, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So you said you obviously big sports fan, but like, did you played sports as well? Did you play anything other than hockey, or
I played football in high school
did play
too.
Football?
Yeah,
and you just liked hockey
Position?
better? Or?
Tight end.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So I went to a school with 2,200 kids, and I I did okay freshman year. I thought I had a chance to play, and then I realized the two guys in front of me were 6'6" and 220, and I was like, and
paid by Alabama.
we
and Ohio
ran
State.
and we ran the wishbone,
Oh, really?
so I could catch, right? But we threw the ball twice a game. Freaking running the wishbone.
Yeah.
So I didn't play much, and then I ended up quitting and just played hockey exclusively.
Yeah,
And
I might have been your quarterback at that time. I was like, what good is a quarterback if you never throw the ball? Yeah, so I'm done.
I mean, you talk about the worst offense to be. Like, it's not sexy at all. It's just, you know. And,
Meat and potatoes.
yeah, it is. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot of schools out here that run the wing tee. I'm
yeah.
sure you guys know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another one I was like, people win with it. I mean, if winning's the ultimate goal, which it is, it's God bless. But it's, you know, if you want to have
terrible.
fun and throw the football and run around the place and, you know,
Yeah.
not so much.
Were you always a goalie when you played hockey, or
Yeah.
when did that all happen? Was that pretty young?
Yeah, I got my first pair of pads when I was 9. I begged my parents to play when I was 8.
Okay.
And it was house league, and they let you play like every other game if you wanted to.
Yeah, rotate.
Yeah.
Whoever wanted to play could play.
Yeah.
And it was like one set of gear, and everyone got to wear it, right?
Yep.
So I did that year, and I finally convinced them after that first year. I was like, I got to do this, or I don't want to play anymore, and that was it.
Do you have
Just
a favorite?
obsessed with the position ever since.
Do you have a favorite NHL goalie or a couple that you like?
Oh, for sure.
Like of all time and
Ed
current?
Belfour.
Oh, baby.
Always number one for me.
Eagle.
I have his rookie card. I don't
Upper
know if it
deck?
means- I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I honest to God, like some of the stuff I say, I was like, man, I sound like the biggest dork. Upper deck, 90-91.
Is he wearing with this jersey?
Is it a gem mint?
I think he's wearing. I think he might be wearing the jersey that in your that
Oh,
he
that
was in.
photo?
Hold it up to
I
the
think
light, you
so,
can just
man.
tell.
Dude, I'm glad I'm around like-minded people that like craft beer and like
Yeah.
hockey. I feel like I can, hopefully you guys can relate to me and don't judge me too much. But if my wife listening right now, she's gonna be
Yeah.
like, what did I do?
Well, like you can nerd out with us. It doesn't matter.
No,
Let's-
it's
Thanks for
fine.
letting him come over.
Yeah.
Why is the door locked? Like you can't even go home.
You could
like,
stay at my house.
different.
My wife
different
stopped
key.
listening episode 6. I think
That
she was
long?
like, I can't do this. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, my wife never listened.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't know where I go.
But I
Is
live
Kyle your real name?
I live in the 80s and 90s. Like I if the NHL playoffs aren't on, I'm watching games on YouTube from the 80s and 90s.
That's
I
awesome.
don't play new video games. I play like stuff from the early 80s on
Yeah.
arcades and stuff
Checks.
like that. Yeah, bubble hockey for sure.
I
yeah.
love bubble hockey.
Yeah.
I would beat anybody in bubble hockey.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, sounds like a challenge.
If we can find a bubble
Oh,
hockey
boy.
machine, I'm in. I don't know
Well,
if I've
Sam,
ever
you
lost
might
a
you might have
seven-game
you might
series.
have you might have found a spot.
I have never lost a 7-game series in bubble hockey.
Did you
to
look in
anybody.
the bathroom bag here for bubble hocky?
Oh, the bathroom bag. Here
Yeah.
we go. Here we go.
Joe probably has bubble hockey. Yeah.
We do.
Do you really?
Actually,
It's
Super
in there.
checks?
It's in there.
You have super checks bubble hockey?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say, let's
in
cancel
the
the
mail.
podcast. We're done. I'm in for a game. So obviously big in the West Michigan community. Do you have favorite local breweries and beer?
Yeah, I
Craft
mean, you're living in Walker. Lost Art's been awesome. You know, they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary this weekend.
We're actually there in 2 weeks.
You're gonna do the show there?
Yeah. With,
neat.
With Big Drew from Big Drew and Jim.
Awesome. Yeah. No, those guys are awesome. What they're doing on Remembrance it's been really great for the city. So I'm glad they've been able to make an impasse. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
And I love my founders. I haven't been there at all in like last 18 months like anybody
Yeah.
else. But Centennial Nitro, and they
I
had
don't
it
know if I've
once.
ever had it on Nitro.
Oh, yeah.
No one
Good
has.
Nitro.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Really good.
Okay, so I asked the waitress about it when I was last there. I finally went back about a couple weeks ago, and she's like, I asked, is Centennial Nitro ever coming back? And she said, that was here once, and it's never coming back. I was like, really
jeez.
interesting.
What?
So, yeah.
Bummer.
So is this like the
Sounds like she has
normal
a bad attitude.
Centennial?
I've had
On
it,
Nitro.
On Nitro.
On Nitro.
Really? Because
And
it's
I
amazing. It's Centennial's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Centennial's
it's
great.
super smooth.
beer.
And I actually
Wow.
had it at the, what's the place there over on Stocking? I can't think of the name of it now. Up the street a little bit, up the corner, the Holiday Bar.
Oh, yeah.
Applebee's.
yeah.
Holiday had it, yeah. So that place was a go-to for watching football for a while. But anyway, yeah, Centennial Nitro,
On Nitro.
for the win.
Nitro, okay.
Yeah.
And they have it right now.
No.
Oh, it's not there
Oh,
now.
It's been a
there-
minute,
it's-
yeah.
Okay.
There was a waitress with a bad attitude that said it would never happen again.
Yeah, at Founders no less. So hopefully,
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Kaz hears this and Mike wants to bring it back.
I
an
actually
application.
went to another place. I went to Perrin for the first time.
Yeah? What'd you think?
Great place. I like Gold. Zach's dad actually got me hooked on the Perrin Black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Parent's so good.
The
It's
the
good.
name Perrin Black what scares a lot of people off, but it's a very easy.
Unbelievable.
It's not a
Dark
porter or
beer.
anything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
It's
very
Everything
easy
they
to
have
drink.
is the
Yeah.
easiest to drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're good. Yeah.
It was actually a great place, good food, but Founders has a great menu.
Yeah. Well, at Perrin, peanut butter and jelly burger. First time I ever had one was there.
Really?
Oh, John loves it.
Really?
John just came alive.
I
Gave
did
you a
see
standing
that,
ovation.
but I didn't go down that
Yeah,
route.
exactly. That's one of the ones you're like, all right, can I split this with you?
So
just
it's
in
good.
case.
So just
I would get it again. Yeah.
How did they make that?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. It's been so long since I've been
Fried
there
egg,
too.
I heard.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Fried egg,
it's
peanut
like,
butter, bacon?
It's
Peanut
like
butter
Elvis.
and bacon?
It's like Elvis had a hand in this
Oh
one.
yeah. I think I've heard about this one. Yeah. At Perrin. Yeah.
I just don't see how peanut butter and bacon go together.
10 out of 10.
No, but
love it.
I agree though. Founders, like, you can't go wrong with it. I bring people there for lunch all
Their
the time.
Their
If
lunches
they're-
and,
yeah, if they
and
if
they
they're
have
not,
massive portions.
oh, huge. Yeah, everybody's impressed every time I bring them
Yeah,
there,
they're
and
a good place.
it's just a great time. Yeah.
Sorry, I was going to ask one follow up here. EXP,
Yeah.
it's nuts right now, right? I mean, the real estate market in general, it's just because most of what you do is residential.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big inventory problems.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are no listings for sale, and
No. And if they are, they're like immediately
they're
gone.
gone. Yeah. And,
Wow.
and
Now,
within,
are you seeing
within
this?
hours,
Are you seeing this just in Grand Rapids or all over Michigan?
the entire country?
Wow.
It's actually it's always been not always, but it's been a problem here in the Grand Rapids area. Really, for the last 3 or 4 years, inventory has been just not good.
Yeah.
But ever since COVID, it just took it to a level that no one's ever seen before. Because people that want to sell their house, they just don't want to get involved because they don't want to try and buy a new one.
Yeah.
and they don't, 'cause
That's
everyone,
what yeah.
everyone feels they're going to overspend for it.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily the case, honestly.
I was gonna say, what do you say that? Because like we're kind of in that boat. We're not like really looking, but I understand that I can get way more for my house
Sure.
right now.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna pay way more, and like some of that washes to a certain extent. Correct? I mean, but,
Yeah.
But people think in those terms, and they think I'm not even messing with it.
It
Like,
depends
Yeah.
if it's an upgrade, right, or if you're just staying in the same area, because some of the lower end maybe rises faster than maybe the higher end. I don't know.
Well, the price point you don't want to be in right now is between like 150 and 250.
Yeah,
because
agreed.
that's where the majority of people are looking, and
Yeah.
that's where you're getting 12, 15 offers on a particular house.
my house is worth $85,000.
Perfect.
And
It
you
was
and,
86.
and I bet you made equity on it.
Dan could probably get me 105 right now.
So
Does
how
it
about,
have running water?
No, it actually doesn't. Or didn't you just have water issues?
So now, wait.
Oh, we did it.
So how about like wood prices and all the hardware?
Well, that's the problem. It's like you want to buy it. Okay, it's like a lot of people want to build new because there's nothing else that's out there. They don't want to overpay, and
Of course.
New construction it's getting better. It's not as bad as it was even 3 months ago, but new construction's a road that break
Well,
out
it's 'cause some of
break out
these-
another thousand.
That's actually what we've been looking at more is buying like land, and then
Yeah.
Just
but
sitting
land
on
is
it?
way high right now too, and then you have cost to build right now is just as crazy.
Yeah, it's not the best time to be building a new, custom house. For
No.
if you got the capital for it, God bless. Do whatever you got to do.
But even if you have the capital, like you're still, I feel like you're overpaying.
Overpaying.
at
But
that
like
point.
for selling your house, like if you're selling your 2-bedroom house or something, and you have a growing family, like you have to.
like
Yeah,
the
you
smell-
have
have
a choice.
So
Yeah.
you're making that
The
choice
most
to go to
important
a
thing is
bigger
being
house.
in the market, though.
yeah,
Because once you're in the market, you got the equity. You're
Yeah.
you're building something.
Here's two things I would say, and whoever might be listening that's looking to do something in real estate is interest rates are still stupid low right now if you're looking to buy a house. Okay, so you're all going to pay a little bit more than maybe you would have 6-8 months ago, but the interest rates are eventually going to go up. They're not going to get any higher or lower than 3%. I mean, honestly, and then at the same time, to get in the market, there is a little bit of a slowdown, so it's probably worth at least investigating to see if you can get into something that you can afford and be happy with.
Yeah, and I would say the third thing is to just DM at Dan Harland and then work your magic.
By the way,
You'll take
this
care of
guy
it.
has a
Website,
blue
yeah.
check mark on his Instagram. So
I
he's-
did. I
he
saw
is-
this.
Does he
he
really?
is
That's
technically
it.
famous.
I think that's our first blue checkmark follow that we've
Yeah.
ever had on the
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yes.
So
He has
so-
house
Looked into that
inventory.
one.
He's got inventory in houses and land. He'll sell them to you right away.
yeah.
Just DM him.
Before we get into your banana boat, we did want to quickly go through another one of the variety packs that we're going through here. Ryan, what are we drinking right now? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I actually just turned the page, so I don't actually remember. I'll
the-
just read it
the
from the
IPA,
can.
yeah.
The 45er. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
So-
tell us a little bit about that.
We're drinking the 45er IPA right now. It got its name from being brewed on the 45th parallel. 45er is a West Coast style IPA with hints of pear, grapefruit, tropical fruits from adding 2.5 pounds of hops per barrel. So
Is that a lot?
well, it's got 70 IBUs. I know that's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how many pounds per barrel is a normal amount of, or more normal number of pounds. International
Beer unit.
No, it's like bitters.
bitter.
That's like your
Bitter
level of
units.
hops,
Something
isn't it?
about bitters.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the
higher the
hoppiness.
number, yeah.
Fuzzy,
Yeah.
nobody was saying anything,
Yeah.
so I just
So-
threw it out there.
what we'll have to do is we'll have to ask Ben when we brew our
Yeah.
State of IPA, the hops again, which is in the works.
Bitterness.
How is 2.5 pounds a lot? I don't know.
Well, 70 IBUs is a lot. I know that. So
Yeah.
it's 7% alcohol by volume, and it's this is a hoppy, smooth. It's got some hints of pine to it, but it's really easy to drink, clean.
Yeah, that is a really good IPA. It reminds me
Yeah,
a
it's really
lot of Centennial, to be honest with you. It is kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, maybe even
maybe
cleaner.
a little bit. Yeah,
I think it's
that's
cleaner.
a really good word.
Yeah, lighter maybe,
Yeah. And the piney is out there too. It's pretty piney.
which kind of adds to that
Yeah.
light, clean kind of flavor to it, crisp.
I really like this IPA. I'm gonna go with an 8.1.
That's weird. I didn't even ask you what you were going to grade it.
Well, I just did.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
gonna hand out my beer.
I will follow it up
I'm
with a
good.
7.9. So I'm just kind of creeping my way up. 7.7, 7.8, 7.9.
7.9 for me as well.
Go faster.
Jeez,
Micah, what do you think?
That's all good.
I'm in
I,
same spot now.
I already had that picked out 7.9.
3 7.9s. There you go.
I might grade this solid cologne even higher later on. We'll see.
Bingo. Yeah, there we go.
This is solid stuff.
You guys are done with that
Mahogany.
grade already?
Smells of
Everybody did it?
My apartment smells
Put an
like
old
rich
Siemens
mahogany.
chapel
Rich
out of
mahogany.
out of Nantucket.
Leather-bound book.
John, are you doing the math of the averages so we can get our full grades here by the end
on
of
it.
He's
got it.
on it.
He's dialed
He's
in.
not
7.7,
a-
7.8, 7.9. I'm thinking 7.8.
Yeah.
He's not a rookie anymore, that's for sure.
Let's go. Keep drinking.
He knows what's going on. All right, so we did want to get into. We wanted to have some fun with you and get your banana boat. We do the banana boat. It's like the Mount Rushmore, but we changed the name to kind of fit the LeBron James, Dwayne Wade famous picture of the banana boat sitting on
Right,
the 4
yeah.
players. So we want to know your 4 favorite sports teams of all time, and then we're going to take that and try to guess your 4 favorite athletes of all time.
Okay.
Well, timeout. You
Whoa.
already asked him his favorite goalie or hockey player.
I did ask that was
You
a
got
secret-
one already.
That was a secret move that
Yeah.
you shouldn't have called me out on.
I'm gonna call you out on it.
Man.
Like
All right. Well, I had to. I thought I snuck one past the goalie there, but I guess I didn't.
you never score on
Oh,
me.
Oh, come on,
He started
You never
every high
scored.
school game.
come on.
Every
Yeah,
high school
Yeah.
game.
yeah. How did practice go? That's the question.
Mhm.
All right, moving
Who
on.
broke your collarbone?
Glendenning, what a jerk.
You're about to get Jaws in a minute here.
All right, let's move. Yeah, so
Can we keep going?
Let's start with your banana boat of your 4 favorite teams.
All right. I already mentioned this. Number 1 team of all time, Chicago Blackhawks.
This is gonna be rough. All right. All right. Certain years that you like. I mean, have you been a fan your whole life? Or you one of the bandwagon
First
fans
game.
that became?
No.
All
All
right.
Don't ever.
How
say
was
that.
the organ there? You obviously
The
went to-
original?
The original.
The original Chicago Stadium is the best building in the entire world.
Just electric.
Not even a hockey stadium. I would
Yeah.
say in the history of architecture. No bias.
I've never went there.
I went
that's
there
like
once.
that's the one
I've
place
been to
I
the
wish.
United Center.
United Center's
That
fine.
house at Madison.
No,
Wait.
the stadium is in a class by
But
its
the
own.
organ.
What year did they switch? Do you remember?
94.
94. So maybe I didn't. No, I didn't go there then.
What about the
I think I was
Taj
in
Mahal?
The United Center.
No,
then the
I
first
got
time
that
went.
too.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah,
When?
got it.
Here's a
I think I
funny
went
story
in
about the stadium.
96,
If I ever had unlimited money, I would say I would rebuild that stadium brick for brick
Really?
because that's how special that place was.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be alone in saying that too. I think anyone that's been there, and I don't care what team you rooted for. I mean, I know the Olympia was probably amazing back in the day, or the Montreal Forum. You know, everyone says it was awesome, but
I think they had. We put up a video of they had during the All-Star game.
yeah, 91.
The national anthem
Yes.
was just
The
electric.
Gulf, yeah. So you guys,
Gulf War.
you guys are bored. Watch the Gulf War 1991 All-Star Game national anthem.
You'll get tears in your eyes.
General Norman Schwarzkopf, the commander-in-chief for the American Army, American military, played that for his troops in the Gulf War in January 91 to fire them up. It was nuts. Pretty awesome stuff.
Really?
I'll have to look
That's
that up. That sounds.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
gonna bring a tear to your eye,
It's
dude.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is not fake. That is not fake news. That is the honest truth.
So
Yeah.
who was the
Singer?
Yes,
Wayne Mesmer.
Wayne Mesmer. That's it. But his voice is like
What was he wearing?
Holy shit!
tuxedo.
In a bow tie, maybe.
But
this
his
Trivial
voice
Pursuit?
in that is it's like electric.
Wayne Mesmer sings the anthem for the Cubs still at Wrigley Field.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
like-
old is this dude?
He's probably in his 60s now, yeah. He was not that old. Yeah.
All right,
that
so
was
Chicago,
nice.
Chicago Blackhawks,
Yeah.
number 1, and this isn't no particular order. I don't know if you put them in order or not.
You
but
just said number 1.
That
was his first.
Yeah, that's his order.
his-
don't rank it,
all
but number 1.
Order. All right.
That's usually what that means.
Packers number 2.
Go, Pat, go.
Yep. I'm going to break your heart again. White Sox number 3.
Ooh, they're doing good things right now.
Finally. And
Yeah.
then my fourth team was kind of I didn't want to like say SIU Salukis because no one's going to pick,
Yeah.
who's my favorite player in the Salukis in 2002.
We split with them in a doubleheader in 2010.
There you go. Now, see that I don't feel as bad because people remember like random stuff.
Yeah.
This is good.
Well,
I
he
picked
played.
the Griffins are probably my fourth favorite team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you part of like their championships? Like, did you cover any of those?
Yeah,
Both
both.
of them?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was in Syracuse when they clinched it
That's
in
cool.
13.
What was
and
the
then
best one?
The first one was
First
awesome.
one was pretty
That
cool.
first team was so stacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Mrazek and Tatar and oh my gosh, they were so
Nyquist.
good. Yeah, Nyquist. Yeah.
I think Bertuzzi wasn't there yet.
No.
No.
He was the second one, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good
The
team.
Kaiser, where everyone thought he was going to be a superstar, he got played for them. Luke Glendening played for that team.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's
That's your boy.
That's cool. I'm assuming none of your favorite athletes are the Griffins. So this is when we're going to turn it over.
How many are you going to pick? I mean, I have a favorite Griffin of all time for sure.
So your top 4 athletes
I
of all
think I
time.
could
Have
guess
them
it.
in-
Wait, no. We
have
got
them
to
in the back
guess.
of your
We got to
head.
guess.
Yeah,
Ed
we
Belfour.
have to guess them.
Belfour.
All right.
Correct. There's one.
Yes.
So we got one with Ed Belfour. Are we going to go Brett Favre? I think we got to
Yeah.
go Brett Favre.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
My oldest son is named Brett. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
Brett Favre. So we're 2 for 2.
Guy,
so
they
we
know
got-
you way
we
too
got
good.
6 more guesses.
It's so easy.
Favre is his middle name.
Okay.
Are we thinking Frank Thomas?
Ooh,
See, no,
wow,
you
that's
think he's
a
gotta be
great
in there?
pick.
Yeah, that's a great White
He's
Sox
nodding
poll.
at me right now.
Yeah,
Hold on,
it's,
hold
yeah,
on.
come
Wow,
on, big
that's
hurt.
a great
No,
pick.
no,
Big hurt.
No, we
That's
got
a
to
great
do it.
pick.
I didn't. Yeah, you nailed
hurt.
it. Absolutely.
Holy smokes, that was a nice poll.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice poll.
90s White Sox? Come
This getting the 4th one, I think, is
Wow,
going to be
this is
hard
gonna be a tough
because
one.
we haven't mentioned basketball once yet, but
Right.
Chicago, Michael
Jordan.
right? That's where I look. Don't
Would
look
that
at
be-
him.
That's-
We're talking together.
That's a pretty good.
All right,
No,
so we're
we
gonna-
already made the decision. It's Michael
All right,
Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
We're trying to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow, we went 4 for 4.
Top 4, baby.
Holy smokes.
You will never do that again.
No, I guarantee we won't.
But I didn't pick anyone random. I was like, I guess I'm like too vanilla on that one. I was just
Yeah.
the best player on each team.
That's like a
You grew up in
no-brainer.
Chicago in the '90s. How are you not going to pick Michael Jordan in your top
Okay,
4?
now we got to
Frank
pick your
Thomas one is
favorite
one
Griffins
that I
player.
would never.
If you can do that, I'll be
Brad
impressed.
Thompson.
I love Dog.
Dog's
Okay.
amazing.
But he's not on the. He didn't suit up.
I'm going to throw this one out there.
Yeah.
Pokey Reddick.
Oh, that's a name.
Before
That
my
is a
time.
name.
But no, he's not it.
Pokey Reddick.
All right, so I'm gonna for favorite Griffin of all time. Does it have like a lot of
Everyone knows who it is.
a time?
Tartar.
Brad Richards
No.
or not Brad Richards? What was the? What was
Travis
the-
Richards.
Travis Richards.
Travis
Travis
Richards, yeah.
Richards.
Travis.
Was it Travis Richards?
No.
Okay.
I'll narrow it down. Do you want me to narrow it down?
Well, is it a goalie?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a goal. So Jimmy
course.
Howard.
Yes.
Oh, all right,
Howard.
all right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say tuna tartar or beef.
So, and I say that it was like a toss up between him and Joey McDonald.
Oh, Joey
Ah.
Mack.
Yeah, he had a couple stints there, didn't he?
Yeah, but I remember asking. I was such a again, the goalie door can be coming out. I was covering practice and I interviewed Jimmy after a practice and I was asking him for like tips on how he did a butterfly slide, and he was like totally like he just totally took me serious and he's like, yeah, you do this, that, and you leave your left leg limp and this, that, and the other. And I was like, wow, I feel like I
Just
learned
push off,
something.
you're good.
Yeah, sounds
Yes.
pretty neat.
So, hey, thanks for joining us. You guys are going to obviously still be part of the conversation, but we're going to move on to our next segment here.
We just don't want to hear from you as much.
Thank you. Yeah, sound like my wife.
Drinking craft beer, having fun, and talking sports in the state of Michigan. You're listening to State of My Sports.
So we're actually going to get into a quick list here that Kyle has found, and then we're going to get back to a little bit of more hockey talk. I don't want to be done with that, if that's all right. But
No, yeah.
I want to get to the list here.
Let's do that.
So Kyle, can you explain exactly what you found? And then
So I found
we're
this
all gonna
list,
be kind of part
and
of
it was
this
kind of like, looking for different things to do, right? So, sorry, I asked this before, but nobody knows what this is.
Nobody knows.
I have no idea.
Okay,
I
so
still don't know, and you've been talking for a little while.
I came across it, and what we're going to talk about is ESPN set out, and I think this was a while ago, so I'm hoping nobody saw it, but they ranked every sport by difficulty.
Okay.
So the question is, what is the most difficult sport? And we're talking like deep dive on sports, right?
Yeah.
Should I look at your
what
phone
kind
or
of
no?
What
No,
kind of
well, there's nothing there
parameters-
now, but like skiing, freestyle, handball. Now you have all the big ones, obviously,
Oh,
too, and you know,
okay.
rugby, water polo, hockey. I'm going to tell you right now, the last
What are
one
the-
on the list is fishing. So
Yeah,
that scored the lowest.
John will disagree with
fly
that one.
fishing.
Okay, but all right. What are the parameters? Like,
technique.
how
So
do we?
this is a
discuss
bunch of
this?
like PhDs, a bunch of doctors, stuff like this. Looked through all this stuff, and they looked through a number of things, and then scored them 1 to 10, like by decimals on each one of these things. Like endurance is one. Okay, the ability to continue to perform a skill or action for a long period of time. Strength, power, speed, agility, flexibility, nerve, durability, hand-eye coordination, and analytic aptitude.
Wow.
Hand-eye coordination.
This is a deep dive.
Hand-eye
right?
coordination. That
Hand-eye coordination.
like almost
Yeah.
destroys soccer in my mind, at least.
I'd say boxing.
Yeah.
Like boxing to me.
First thing that comes to mind is baseball, golf,
Hitting a
and
baseball.
hockey.
Hitting
I
a
think
baseball is
hitting
still
a
the hardest
baseball-
thing.
I
Yeah.
agree with that completely.
I don't think.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
endurance.
Joe
no, hockey. Probably
Just took
is in there.
all the fun out of this. Number one,
Really?
with boxing.
boxing.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with
Well,
that
I mean,
at
the
all.
endurance.
Okay,
seems-
but the endurance part and just the whole. I mean, you go
No, but
for
like they're
10,
talking about
12
power.
rounds.
They're like it. So it ranked like a.
So they had boxing in mind, and they just took all of that
was amazing,
criteria
by the
and then ranked it.
Kudos to you, man.
So is this Mike
wow.
Tyson's
But look at
list?
all the
This is
math
Mike
on this.
Tyson's favorite thing.
I mean, look at this is
Mike Tyson.
everything.
Holy
they,
cow!
Great
so they
movie
took all
star.
those numbers and they add them all together, right? So like everything for boxing is basically in the 8s,
Okay,
except
hold on.
flexibility is.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
And what was second?
with boxing being number
Hold on,
one,
hold
boxing being number one tells me that like grading, like it's not like. I mean, this is including like non-sports that like you have a judge telling you if
Like
you've done
table
good or
tennis.
not, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
Which I don't consider those sports
Can
personally.
we go through this real quick, like just as a group without knowing
the list?
the list? Yeah, because I think random things like motocross. I've heard like dirt bike racing. I've heard because they keep their heart rate at like 185 to 195 for 20 straight minutes.
I
That's
think
like heart attack, right?
I don't
Yeah.
think that their heart rate's actually there. I think it's just
No, it
vibrating
actually
so
is.
much that their heart
Oh,
thinks it's
gotcha.
going crazy.
so, that could be. So I think out of the top
Because
It's unbelievable.
Because the bike's doing all the work.
out of the top 15,
Strong
right?
hands.
If we look at that, I think only like 1 or 2 you guys will be like, yeah, like not really a sport, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you have boxing at the top there, but then you're going to get into a lot of the major type.
sports.
Okay,
right
so
after
we're
that.
we're trying
Okay.
to guess what, like 2 through 5 here.
Yeah, let's try. Let's do that. Does that sound good?
2 through
Yeah,
5.
do it.
All right.
Polo?
So baseball, like I think, like Dan was saying, I think hitting a round ball with a round bat is one of the most difficult things to be very elite at. But then you don't have endurance, you don't have stamina. Like
Right.
there is strength, obviously, but
The-
it's not that important either.
Yeah. The
So I don't know
the
if that
exact
goes
ones
in
you
there.
Never swung
just
a wood
said
bat,
are
have
what
you?
drops baseball out.
Okay.
So where did baseball land?
Let's see. Baseball's number 9.
Wow.
So that means golf can't be up there either.
Shouldn't be.
Golf was very low.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
starting to
taking
think
a.
handball might be at the top of the list.
Handball could be. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Golf was like 51.
Are
The
you
total list
walking or
is
taking a cart?
60. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Right. I think handball
So-
probably made the top 5
I'm thinking soccer. I'm thinking soccer has to be way up there right now.
because
Just
it's-
'cause endurance, flexibility,
probably
all
is
that kind of stuff.
Way overrated.
Diving.
Soccer.
Have you ever tried to move with a soccer ball?
10.
Well, how about this?
Just below baseball.
Lacrosse.
Ooh, is lacrosse on
Lacrosse
the top
high.
5?
Not top 5.
Okay,
Number
all right.
14.
Really?
Wow.
You guys are all missing the obvious answer.
All
here.
right.
Okay.
Hockey.
Hockey's probably in the top 3.
Number 2.
Top.
Really?
Yeah.
Amen to
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But I find
we
like
can end the conversation. I'm happy with it.
but you know,
Moving on.
wait, finding a sport like lacrosse, you're in soccer, you're always running. I mean, you're going.
Yeah, so I think where like a sport like soccer did not score well was strength.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
They were only like a 4.5 in strength. Flexibility they didn't do well, which I don't really agree with that.
Really?
I
How did
think
hockey do with flexibility?
hockey flexibility 4.
Goalies.
Everybody's pretty low on flexibility.
Yeah.
4.88.
Except for
Goalies,
gymnasts.
goalies are the
Gymnasts.
only
Goalies.
reason
Except
why flexibility
gymnastics.
isn't.
Yeah.
That scored a full 10 on flexibility.
Go figure.
And that's
Weird.
other than that was zeros across the board, maybe.
Right? Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You ever watched
we
the
just
Olympics?
stand there in the net anyway.
Hockey had
No,
a
that's
lot
true.
of like high number. You know what I mean? Like just it wasn't really high in any one thing, but it averaged really high.
The reason why I think hockey is on this list is because it's hard to be okay at. It's not as like hard. So like I think being elite basketball player or being elite baseball player is a little bit harder because I don't know. You have to be a certain build for basketball. So you, like that takes just God-given talent at that point. But like I mean, shooting a hoop is very difficult as well. But like baseball, like hitting a round ball with a round bat is one again the hardest thing. That
I
you
think
can
it's
do.
hey,
Yeah.
But
I
like,
think hockey's
it's easy to
amazing.
be okay at
You're wearing skates.
Yeah.
yeah.
No different than like
that
rollerblading
And that's
or
where I think
figure
like
skating.
it's so you have the gap of like it's extremely hard to even get started. Hockey's like way over here.
Yeah.
But then like once you master the
it.
skating, you can figure out the rest. Of
course.
And
And
but at the same, you know what I mean?
For what this is worth, too, I believe hockey had the highest score in analytical aptitude.
Really?
Wow.
The ability
That-
to evaluate and react appropriately to strategic situations.
I don't.
An example of that would be Joe Montana reading a
Yeah,
defense,
I
right?
don't disagree with that at all. But I'm surprised that they gave that enough. That
I thought
much
that was
credit.
interesting. Yeah, you wouldn't.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't at least think of. I'm not the hockey nut you guys are, but I wouldn't think of it that
I
way.
mean, when you're on the ice, even when you're on the bench, you have
we've-
to be aware.
We've had
talked
these.
about
I know
that.
we've had these discussions before, and the credit really is due in so many different sports. Obviously, the hard part with hockey is that like you could tear your ACL or like sprain your ankle or something, and deal with the pain because you're not necessarily using that as a lever
Yeah.
in your ankle or your knee.
Yeah.
And so you can work through it because you can glide a lot of the time, and your natural ability can take needing the physical nature of what your body does.
Yeah.
And if you sprain your ankle in basketball or football or something, you
You're out.
just can't do it. Yeah, you physically can't
And they
do
don't
it
want
anymore.
to. But.
Well, I think it's amazing to see it like after after a playoff series, like this player had this broken leg or
Yeah.
broken foot or this guy's got a broken hand.
Torn
hear
ligaments.
about it
Yeah,
later.
if you
Yeah.
tear a ligament in the NFL, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
NBA, you're done.
But hockey guys, I mean,
Yeah.
they have a slew of guys that have injuries that just continue
Right,
to play through it.
and they're but at the same time, like the game is always going. You don't have the start, stop. So the mental capacity that you guys were kind of talking about, that definitely plays a part. So it's just kind of a fascinating discussion. I love talking about this because there's always a really good point of view that there's some equation somewhere that somebody hasn't figured out, and this is what I guess
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
just
Well,
trying to
what's-
do.
what's
This is
three?
basically what they did.
So,
tried to
so
put
I'm
that
wondering.
together.
I think tennis could probably be in that top 2
So
or top
I'm gonna-
5. I
let
should
me say this. I'm going to say number 5 is wrestling.
Okay,
Which
not a sport.
okay, I don't really but 3 and 4 are two.
It's got to be football
real
and
big
basketball.
boys. It is those two.
Really?
It's what?
Those
Football and
football,
basketball.
basketball.
in
Where
that.
did tennis come
in
from?
that order.
Football was
Yeah.
3. Okay.
Which
Football
you
is
don't.
three.
I
Yeah.
think what's weird about football is there's so many different, no one's the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wide
Lot of
receiver is
differences.
completely different. It's a different game than what is
Yeah.
played in the trenches.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing too,
Absolutely.
like in football scored poorly in endurance because I think basically they're saying like people come on and off,
In and out.
right?
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, I
not
took
continuous.
I took a stopwatch to
it's not continuing. Yeah.
Super Bowl one time, and they of actual playing time was less than 12 minutes. Of actual playing between the whistles was less than
That's
12 minutes of
crazy.
actually playing football.
Well, and I've heard people like give baseball a bunch of crap because like, okay, so you barely run a few different times a game. How often does a running back run 30 straight yards? Like they don't run for 30 yards very often.
No.
They
Yeah,
usually
they
get
don't.
tackled before that. And that's what's running to first or from home plate to first.
Unless you're
Is that
Barry
30
Sanders.
yards? Wow.
Yeah, that's 30 yards.
I never put that.
Now, where did
that's
baseball?
a-
Where did baseball land?
Way down
I
there.
believe
the
9.
the endurance probably hurt them a lot.
Tennis was 7.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
7.
I think tennis is underrated in that category.
Major stamina. I mean, you have to have good
Oh,
stamina
yeah.
for.
And,
What,
and
2
the
hours if
the
you're playing?
reaction.
I'd love to play more
The
tennis.
reaction technicality type stuff. I probably scored pretty high, right?
High
'Cause you're
hand-eye.
reacting to
Yeah,
somebody else's shot.
baseball
constantly.
scored about the lowest in endurance.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I see it.
I think because you have breaks in the innings. You have breaks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
What was
Pit-
flexibility for
pitchers.
tennis?
Ooh, good question.
With Wimbledon going on right now, great question. Yeah.
7.
7.
Wow.
Pretty high.
Nope.
I mean, you're running for like if you're playing,
6,
and
but-
professionally, you're out there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You see
2.5
doing
hours.
splits on the grass court.
I, played-
absolutely.
I actually played
Andre
tennis.
Agassi, there we go.
Yeah.
I played tennis in high school,
Sampras.
Bald hair.
and
bald
so
hair.
like my senior year, I broke my femur
Did someone just say
playing
ball
hockey.
hair?
Bald hair.
Andre Agassi with bald hair.
It's new.
Ball.
He was an innovator.
Oh, okay.
What hair?
Well, he went
Rhyme
from like
balls.
long hair to shaved head. Didn't
Yeah, he did.
Did you ever read his book?
I have not.
Check it
It'll
out.
Probably be awesome.
His autobiography is awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Is it about
I'll-
drugs?
Do you read?
I'm sure he's.
Right.
I'm sure he's taken a lot of drugs in his life.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
What are we drinking now?
Oh, we're done.
Have we moved
Okay.
on? Have we moved on to another beer or no?
I think so.
You guys stepped it up a level here.
Paralyzer double
I
IPA.
haven't had any of that yet.
This is a 9.7. Why are we drinking the 9.7
Now.
with the fourth
Always
beer?
start like
Paralyzer.
I saw that. I was like, shouldn't you done that first?
you always
Let it
start
fit.
light and then you
We're
you end
sleeping
heavy.
at second
That's how
string.
So I
couch now.
I got schooled. I got schooled with that a little
Nice
bit
couch.
this whole last week. It's like you got to prep your glass. You got to start light and then prep your
Marinate
glass and then
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You don't want that all the crap from the washing machine ruining a heavy beer. You got to start light and then work your way up.
I'm really confused what we're talking about right now.
I don't even know.
We just went from sports to
He's
He's
was
talking
washing
about the
clothes.
paralyzer.
It was more wine related in the last week, but we'll apply it to beer.
Well, I mean, if gymnastics is a sport, then so is doing
Well,
laundry.
you'd be astounded at some that were on that list. It was
Video
pretty-
games?
like-
I'd be
Please tell me
embarrassed.
video
I
games.
think
are-
esports was maybe somewhere. on
Esports?
there. But
Oh,
they
boy.
were like bottom right.
Was it like
yeah.
F1? Like
Like shooting, like shooting guns.
I don't think racing would
Okay.
score very high. Period. I really
F1
don't.
might. F1 is crazy, dude. Have you ever seen that Netflix documentary?
Netflix is
No,
awesome. Yeah, that's
I've
awesome.
been
It's
told
pretty
I
cool.
need to do that.
What is
now.
that called? Race to something
I think
survive.
they're in their
One or something,
Drive to
yeah.
survive.
I think so.
Drive to
And they
survive.
have, I think this is their third season.
Yeah,
What?
It's really good.
it is
The Indy
really
car?
good.
Yeah, Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
Formula One.
No, we
over-
were
yeah.
talking
Overseas.
about that the other week.
All right, real quick.
The
Ryan,
Paralyzer.
tell us a little about
It's
that
an
one.
unfiltered double IPA. Has a hazy orange color showcasing Simcoe, Eldorado, and Centennial hops that give it a citrusy and piney smell, but has a smooth mouthfeel, full of grapefruit and juicy hop flavors. That's just kind of top of mind, like my own opinion on all that. It's a 9.7%er, 100 IBUs. So a
Hundo.
ton of flavor to this. A lot of really hoppy, smooth, strong, clean, and bitter.
That is a very good double IPA.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, did you just read? Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna go with it. 8.3.
7-8.
Whoa, geez. Well,
I think double IPAs are like the perfect spot.
I agree with you.
I-
Like I,
they-
would
it
almost
has the
rather
best
drink
flavor.
a double than a single.
Yeah,
In a lot of
I'm
ways.
with you too. I'm gonna go 8.4. 8.4 for me.
8.4.
Great.
7-9.
7.9. Well, that was fun. Talking about those sport. What were you gonna say, Ryan?
Nothing.
All right.
It's just good radio,
I did want to talk some hockey though. I wanted to go back. So John, sorry we went out of order there. But we're going back to some hockey talk if that's all right with you. You good
Sorry,
with that?
John. I gotta leave.
John
in,
is
I gotta
mad.
leave in like 10
He's
minutes.
so mad at
so,
me.
yeah.
Why is he so mad at me?
Who?
John, he's furious.
Because he wants to be done. He's
Whoa,
like, you guys
I'm
are
wearing
not
a-
number
he's wearing a
one.
Lions
Why is he
hat.
flipping me off? He's so mean to me. I don't know what's going on, but no, I'm just kidding.
We got to move, Sam.
But we did want to talk a little bit about some NHL playoffs with the hockey guys that we have here. Fuzzy, I know you were. I think last time you were talking, you were a big Vegas guy, right?
Yeah, it changed already.
Go figure.
Who's wagging you on now?
I'm not really on a wagon, but I want to see Montreal.
Yeah.
I want to see Carey Price get one.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. And I went into this series and I was like, I don't know what I want. I'd be okay with either of them. It was like, for me, it was as long as Vegas lost,
You're okay.
I was going to enjoy the.
You just want to see Fleury lose? Is that what it was?
That had a lot to do with it, but
Yeah,
I didn't get
everyone
to see
hates
that
him.
because he already lost his job again. Which
He's a Vezina winner. No big deal.
Well,
I mean,
maybe he's going to lose that to the backup too. But I mean,
Was that?
for me, it's like I'm just.
I didn't get the slam, but Dan gave that like a little bit of like a whoa, like what?
I don't know.
We're not gonna get
as
into
soon as
that
I
with
started
you.
watching the game one, I was like, all right, I want Montreal. Joe, I mean, where are
Of
you
course.
feeling that one? Is that who you want to
I'm
win
a
this?
huge Carey Price fan. But man, it's going to be a tough task. That's for sure.
Yeah, down
I
2-1.
like Montreal, but I mean, they're the champs.
Yeah, do you hate Tampa or
I do.
yeah?
I'm not a big.
What do you hate about them?
Don't tell Jarrett.
I guess these
Yeah.
are potential customers that you're throwing under
Jarrett's
the bus.
been
I
a
probably
Tampa
shouldn't.
fan for 5 minutes.
I like Montreal. They got the tradition. I mean, they're the underdog. It's like David versus Goliath.
Yeah. No, I mean they shouldn't be here, right?
No.
technically,
Dan,
no.
I mean, I actually on your Twitter you said you were on the bandwagon of Montreal as well.
Is
that
he
right?
stalking you?
Like what's? What? All right, for the record.
You know,
Well, you know what?
Lives.
Hey, the man does his research.
I'm
Let's give him his
like-
credit.
I'm
I was gonna say
very-
he calls it research. Yeah.
I'm very like when Fuzzy asked me like, "Hey, do you want Dan to come on?" I was like, "No, no." And
He
it
was
has
at first. He was all
it has
nervous.
nothing against you. I was just like, I don't have time to prepare. This is gonna throw everything for a loop. I was just like,
What time was
everything
that?
was
What time
I want to drink
Friday
beer
or
and talk
Saturday night.
sports. I don't want to work.
right.
No, it was like Friday or Saturday night, and you're like, he's like, do we want to do this? And I'm like, yes.
Sunday
Like, you-
night or Monday
he's like,
night.
I don't
know.
know if
No,
I can
when
prepare
was
for
it?
this. I don't know, like, and I'm like, I said, just
I'm
do
the,
it,
like,
man.
yeah. So
Like,
If here's where that photo came from is like I have a Montreal jersey. I don't have a Tampa jersey. And I have a Florida Panthers jersey. So
Yeah.
that was my original team I was rolling with from the start.
Okay.
Obviously, Tampa knocked them out.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But, being original six, traditional hockey fan, you got to
Yeah.
cheer for the original six. I want Canada hasn't had a cup in
Since
27 years.
92?
93.
So,
Oilers.
So
was
how
it?
about this,
Okay.
Dan? I was
No.
at
No,
the game
sorry,
Canadians.
Canadians,
when
93.
Patrick Waugh gave up all those goals versus the Red Wings. I was at that game in Montreal Forum.
That's how'd that work?
That is one of the most epic
So my dad's
games of all
good.
time.
He was friends with
there.
Jacques Demers.
No kidding.
But it wasn't Jacques got us the tickets because he wasn't the coach at the time. It was Mario Tremblay.
I've watched that game. I don't know how. I can't remember if it was on ESPN or I saw the highlights. But
Yeah, that's
most memorable night, like the 90s.
yeah.
Think about the things that changed because of that game. Anyway.
But that's
awesome.
why I like Montreal because there's like history, there's tradition.
And that was the Forum.
That was the Forum.
Oh, neat.
That was the
Yeah,
Forum.
they didn't even
Yeah.
have glass behind the bench, did they?
No,
Like, the
no,
fans are
no.
just sitting
It's
there.
pretty, that's where I think the GM
Sipping
sat was
on it.
right behind
Yeah.
the bench when
Crazy
Patrick
world.
Waugh walked
And
basically
said-
behind. I'm done. I
Never
quit.
playing for this team again.
Yeah, man.
But it is a David versus Goliath because I'm watching
yeah.
the game now, but you're going up against the champs. They got the game
Loaded.
one. They're loaded. I mean, like
Yeah.
game one,
Overloaded.
It was
Yeah.
money wise.
they,
Well, yeah, I mean they're overloaded. They're 16 to 18 million dollars over the
Over
cap,
budget.
I think, and then like, so they definitely did that by design. They sat out
100%.
Kucherov and I think someone else, I don't remember who, for the whole regular season, so they wouldn't have to release like Johnson. That was a big name heading into the regular season. It's like, all right, what are they gonna do with Johnson and all this money? They can't do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to release players or trade them, and they just sat out Kucherov and a guy to keep the cap low, and then all of a sudden, game one playoffs.
Bingo's
I mean, how do you
back.
guys feel about that? Like, it doesn't bother me a ton, but at the same time, it's kind of bush league, right?
I think
Like,
you work in the system.
yeah.
I mean, there's the rules and you bend them a little bit and you find ways. But I even think without Kucherov, you still have a
Sick team.
loaded hockey team, and you have one of
Best
the
goalie in the world.
The
Yeah.
best goalie is.
I think he's the best.
I mean, it's tough.
honestly.
I mean, can you say like, oh yeah, he's gonna give up 4 goals, 3 goals a night? No, it's
No.
not gonna
It's like
happen.
looking
You're
at his
lucky-
face, he's just locked in.
He's locked in every
No,
night.
he's a machine.
So
he's
it's-
honestly
He's
Ivan
literally.
Drago.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that.
yeah, the Russian. He is a
It
Russian
just came
machine.
up 1 goal on 36 shots. Like, Montreal has 36 shots, Tampa Bay has 20.
But that's
That is,
amazing.
this
'cause
is the game that they have to win.
They
You
have to.
cannot lose this
Well,
game
they're
when
just
you
throwing
dominate.
anything and everything at the net.
the net.
That's
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Well, I mean, holding
36
Tampa
shots. I didn't
holding
see
Tampa
that.
to 20 shots is pretty impressive
Yeah, so
at this point. But-
especially at Tampa.
Yeah. But I mean, so I think it was 2013, I want to say, when Chicago kind of did this. They did it first with the Patrick Kane
Patrick Kane
contract.
broke his
Yeah.
collarbone.
Yep.
2015.
It was
And-
2015. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, not 13.
the last year they won. and it was about 20 games left in the season. And the Hawks were able to trade and get Antoine Vermette
Yep.
at the deadline and get him under the cap. And Vermette ended up being like
Really
the
important.
piece.
Yeah.
Right. He scored a game-winning overtime goal in triple overtime against the Ducks. I was there. Not a big deal. I don't remember that at all. But no, that was the first situation where this came into play.
Yeah.
Patrick came back at right in time for the playoffs.
Yep.
And the Hawks were over the cap. But you know what? They didn't break any rules, and it worked out for them.
Yeah.
Same thing happened
and
here.
then the year after that, Tampa started not a petition, but basically like trying to change the rules.
Yeah, because
They're
the
like,
Hawks
"This
beat
isn't
Tampa
fair."
in the finals.
Yeah, they're like, this
Yeah.
isn't fair.
Yeah.
Like, change this rule or something. Nobody else signed off on it.
Yeah.
Nobody else voted it down, and now here's Tampa taking advantage of it.
$17 million over budget.
Right? It's just unbelievable. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about: ESPN taking over the rights of the NHL.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. As much as I hate ESPN, I'm not a big fan of what they do. I think they're awful for the most part, but I think it's pretty important for the NHL and
Absolutely.
the growth.
I just want Gary Thorne back.
And it doesn't sound like it's
Announcing.
happening.
No.
No, he's not.
Yeah, which is
No,
too bad.
they got some big names. Like I'm not exactly sure all the different announcers or analysts that are coming back, but I think Sam, you said it the best, is that you're putting the NHL back on the big stage of
Yeah.
ESPN. I mean, you're talking about the biggest broadcasting company in the world
Yep.
for sports, and you're putting the NHL on that plateau.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I mean, I hope they do it the right way because I could see them
At least bring
putting
back
them
the
on
music.
the back burner.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
They're doing that.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was like the first thing they announced because
That's
if they didn't, people would scream bloody murder.
But like
Yeah.
Gary
No.
Thorne is such an iconic voice. When I think of ESPN Hockey Night,
Yeah.
if they could find a way to do it, I mean, man,
Man.
he's like 72.
And I didn't know this, but he's a baseball announcer as
Yeah,
well.
Orioles
for the
announcer,
Orioles, but this is his first year not doing Orioles. They didn't re-up with him. So he's a free agent, basically. He's available. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And then TNT kind of getting in the mix is interesting as well.
Because I mean, there's Wayne Gretzky, Chris Chelios, Mark Messier, all these guys
Well,
have signed
Chris
with
Gretzky's
Chelios
TNT.
didn't he just signed?
Gretzky and Oldchick are TNT.
TNT.
Yeah.
And then they brought Messier and Chelios for ESPN
Yes,
Yeah.
as their
Yep.
main two guys with Kevin Weeks,
Kevin
who's
Weeks.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is he with NBC right now?
No,
Or-
he's NHL Network.
NHL Network.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got some of our stuff.
Does he?
Not a big deal.
Oh yeah, here we go.
It's a pretty big deal.
We love the name drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I look at I think the game needs to be. We're obviously hockey fans here, but I think the game deserves to be on that type of level, especially coming out of post COVID where there's no fans in the game. Now you look at Tampa that's got sold out,
Yeah.
and then they go to Montreal in 2 days and there's less than 5,000 people.
Yeah.
I mean, it just needs to get that. It needs to be.
Any boost is good.
The boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
huge.
the change.
And that's what I was like. It's like, is it good that we're bringing guys? Chelios and Messier are 60 years old.
Yeah.
But everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
At least our age, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So get them in the door, and then eventually get a new cast in there.
Yeah.
Rick DiPietro. I mean, I
He's
think
awesome.
I think he could be great.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, how about Boucher?
I love
Brian.
Brian Boucher.
Yeah.
I love
He's
Brian
really
Boucher,
good.
and I've liked not Duncan Keith. Who's the Patrick Sharp?
Patrick
I
Sharp.
think he's done a
he's
He's
great
really
job.
sharp. He's sharp. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
dude,
He's
that
solid.
guy
He's solid.
Is awesome. I don't know. Hockey players are perfect for that. You got to find the right fit, though.
Now, how about Pierre McGuire?
I hate him. Not a fan.
He doesn't have a job right now, as far as I know.
So he's going to go under with NBC.
TNT or ESPN hasn't announced him as
Yeah.
being a part of their staff, so I don't know
hope
what
they
happens to
don't.
him.
I think he's awful. I really do.
He's got a unique way of how he
I don't hate him.
formulates his sentences and words, and it's
he
just
can
different.
he can say some decent things, but he can also bring up like Patrick Sharp's ex-brother-in-law random fact, and it's like that doesn't mean nothing
He
to me.
doesn't.
I'm
Patrick
sorry.
Sharp's ex-brother-in-law played for Shattuck St. Mary's
Exactly. Like, I don't care.
in 2006.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you. For
I played
Googling
there.
it.
It's a random fact you would bring up, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
The last thing I want to bring up with the more NHL talk is I don't know if you guys know Josh Richards. That name, does that ring a bell to you at all? Okay, so it's like a TikTok thing,
Okay.
I guess. He's like the biggest TikTok guy in all of the TikTok.
TikTok land.
Josh Richards.
Yeah. So
Wasn't it that guy that got like knocked out in the boxing thing?
no, that was a different guy.
No, I just follow Barstool, so it's the only
No,
thing I
but
know.
Josh Richards is big in the Barstool right now. Like he's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's on like a podcast with Portnoy. But anyways, the NHL signed him to be like publiciter for the NHL. And I actually, when we walked in, I saw him on the TV talking about like introducing some rapper. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. And if you guys don't know him, then it's not really worth getting into. I just thought it was an interesting way to publicity.
This is a good bet.
Publisher.
But it just
Thanks, man.
it just goes to show you like the power of social media,
Right?
like so. I mean, look.
Micah is the levity of this of the podcast. I can tell already. Yeah.
Because look at
Keep it real.
the
Where are
two
we going
Paul
here?
brothers. The two Paul brothers.
Yeah,
for-
Paul. Paul was the one that got.
What is it? Jake Paul and
Yeah.
whatever the two boxers. The two.
Logan.
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
But look, I mean, it just shows you the power of social media. These guys have millions of followers
And dollars.
and dollars. Well, I mean, they had a crazy stat. Like when
Yeah.
one fought Floyd Mayweather, he made like $25 million in
Yeah.
less than an hour.
And they agreed not to hurt each other.
So it,
Yeah, I
it
heard
was
that
an
came
Yeah, that
exhibition
was
fight.
a big. Did he hold him up?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because you got to get round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, shoot, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. Oops.
You were supposed to go left, not right.
Yeah.
And now I just deck you in the.
Just like WWE, everything's
Right.
planned
It was
out.
pretty much that. And that's what boxing's becoming, which shouldn't be on the list.
No, that's why you don't
Game
have
over.
50-year-olds. Boxing is the they
Your main
they
event.
they need somebody else. Sorry, they just need a 25 to 34-year-old.
All right, real quick, want to talk a little bit about the Red Wings. Obviously, Dan's not a Red Wing fan. Fuzzy's not a Red Wing fan, so this is me and Joe.
Yeah.
Right?
Go at it.
What do you think about the Blashill extension?
You know, I think with the pieces that the Wings have in place, I mean, is it worth bringing in a new coach? Is it worth keeping him around for a couple more years? Do I think he's going to be there in 3 to 5 years? No. I think once they start to rebuild and get over that hump with their draft picks and young talent coming in, I think there'll be a new coach.
Yeah.
But for the
It doesn't hurt
short
to keep
term,
him, though. Right?
I mean, from what I heard from some, I mean, he's a good coach. He's got a good track record, but unfortunately with the Red Wings, he does not have a good track record.
Yeah.
He's got
wins and losses. At
He's
least.
got the 1 year
His
post
first year they made the,
Babcock.
yeah.
that he was, it's basically Babcock's team.
Yeah.
But after that, it was sort of, it's been downhill. And I grew up a Red Wings fan. I mean, we had season tickets. I would go to all the games during, 90s, early 2000s, and it sucks watching them right now. They're not a good hockey squad.
Yeah. But that's
But
not
they're
it's not
getting
a
better.
him issue, though. It's a
I don't
talent
thi-
issue.
I think it's talent.
Yeah.
But at some point, I hate to say this, but when you think of the Red Wings, you look at the bench boss. Any other team in the NHL, those coaches have been fired.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
And I equate him with losing.
Yeah.
I mean, his track record is not in the positive. It's
Yeah.
definitely below 500.
I think the fact that Eisman decided to bring him on for another year or two tells me a lot about what he sees in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, go back to Eisman's days with the Lightning and Guy Boucher,
Yeah.
who had a winning culture, but he lost the locker room. And what did Eisman do? He fired him when a lot of people were like, whoa, he's a good coach. What's
Yeah.
going on? And
You
so
need
he's
a-
kind
you
of
need-
doing the
you need
opposite
that
here.
locker room.
You know what I mean? And the fact that he brought him on just tells me the most important thing is he hasn't lost the locker room. And if he can bring in talent and make this guy be a good coach, that has a lot to do with it, is the talent, in my opinion.
Well, Dan would know best. I mean, I think from a coaching standpoint.
That's a great point because you were part of when Blashill was there, right?
Yeah.
Like you covered them. What do you think about Blashill?
I love Jeff Blashill.
Yeah.
I think he's all class. I mean, give me the classiest guy in the world and still be a loser. But at the same time, I think, I think he does things the right way. I think they made the right move bringing him back.
Yeah.
You cannot question what Steve Yzerman does, at least yet.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I mean, look what we're watching game 2 right now as we're
Yeah.
recording this, behind us. It's his team, for the 90% of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if he sees something in Blashill that brings him back for another year, he's not doing it to waste his time.
Yeah.
No.
Who's going to bring in better
Exactly.
with this team?
That's a really good point. Yeah.
They're a young team. They're developing. Blashill's proven he can develop young players.
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
Just coach them.
Yeah, there was some crazy stat, Ryan. I don't know if you remember the exact number that I brought up, but like, weren't they like 18, 1 and 2 if they scored 3 goals or more? Is that what it was?
it was insane.
It was something
yeah.
crazy like that. And it's like,
Basically showing that they just never score,
yeah.
which also means that they just don't have the talent. But the gap in points, I guess, or the plus minus
Was
this year compared to last year,
was a
you
huge
saw, it was a
upgrade as well.
massive
I
difference.
think, yeah,
The goal
they're definitely a
differential,
different
yeah.
team,
Yeah.
from 12 months ago where they
So
were at this past year.
I think Eiserman might be looking at the improvement over the year, even though they're losing a lot. They lost more last year. They're losing this year too. But there was a massive improvement, and there was also a difference in young talent that they acquired.
They play hard.
yeah.
they're kind of
They
they're
played
fun to
hard.
watch, right?
Yeah.
How
They
long has he been
can,
there?
yeah.
Was 16 his first year? 15?
Ooh, 15, I want to
Yeah.
say.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been about
I
5-6
think he's like
years.
the
I thought you said he
second
was there
longest
for
tenured
7
coach, I think, in the
years.
NFL.
He is.
But
just
he's-
behind Cooper, right?
I think he may be longer than Cooper
Really?
by like a year,
Okay.
possibly. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Cooper was there in 15. I know that much.
Yeah.
2015.
Cooper?
So it might,
No, Blashill.
Blashill.
it might be the same.
And
Yeah, it might be right
I
on
think
the-
the most
yeah, that's a good
most
point.
important thing is what you were saying in the locker room, but also
That's huge.
like just style of play. If you're going to be coaching a certain way, if Eiserman wants to see some product on the ice, then that needs to be reflected in the coach as well. So it's got to be just a confirmation that they have the same wavelength at least,
Yeah.
right? Like they're on the same page as far as how the game should be played on the
Yep.
ice.
And
Yeah.
they even asked like Eiserman, like, how do you feel about the 6th pick? Well, let's be honest. I mean, there's so many good players in the draft. I think that relies on your scouting, your staff.
Yeah.
So do you go goalie, guys?
Do I
That's
go-
the question.
First round?
Yeah.
No,
Kid
I
from-
don't.
kid
There's a
from
big name there.
Sweden.
Yeah,
Not
there's a
that
big
big.
name there.
So Jesper Wallstead, is that how you say
There's
it?
a big name.
Right? No?
Because last year they had a big name with the Russian goalie who I think went to Columbus or Dallas. I forget his name.
I don't remember either.
There was a big high end draft pick that the Wings could have taken last year that they passed on, and I'm not quite sure where he went. But regardless, I think from a well developed veteran team, you're gonna have a veteran goaltender.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have a young kid between the pipes.
Yeah.
And goalies do tend to develop later than.
I had to ask the goalie guys, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at
that's
Marc-Andre
like all
Fleury.
three of you guys.
He
yeah.
just keeps getting better.
He does.
Or losing his
That's
job.
the only first round draft pick that ever panned out to be great. Let's be real.
Rick
DiPietro.
Well, wasn't Carey Price was a first round pick, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
Look that up. 'cause I don't think
I think he was fifth
I'm
overall.
pretty sure he was first round pick,
I think he was
but not
fifth
he
overall.
wasn't the first. But
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but Fleury lost his job again. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but
I just think you got so much money there. Something's going to have to give. You
all right,
can't
so
have
you
that
have
much
money.
money
You have
tied up in goaltending.
not Bernier. Bernier's a unrestricted free agent. Oh
Grice.
my God, Grice. You have Grice there. Is there a goalie that you go and spend money on right now, or is it just maybe bring Bernier back and let it be what it was and for one more year and then
fifth
start going?
overall.
Fifth overall.
Price?
Mm-hmm.
What
In
year?
05.
05.
That was a good move.
I mean,
I like Price.
Do you bring the two back? I think they'll be both brought back. If I had a guess,
Well, Grice is still on contract. Bernier is not. He's a free agent.
But I feel like they waited way too long to get a goalie. They waited.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
what do you mean waited? I mean,
There was
Goalie
a
is not a
slew
missing
of
piece.
goalies. There
Oh.
was a slew of goalies that were available, and everybody that needed them got them, except for the Wings. They waited till he's the last one available.
Yeah,
I guess
that was
we're
when
gonna
you
take
hit me.
him.
They're like, I bet.
I bet they're gonna take
Grice.
That
Bingo.
was before anybody got signed anywhere.
Yeah.
And
Buddy-
sure enough,
Buddy put up great numbers. He
Yeah.
put up great numbers for the Islanders. Him and
we got the jaws going.
no way.
We got
How dare you?
Yeah.
Is this the wrap it up button?
This is the wrap it up.
But he had good numbers in for the Islanders, so he looked like a good, valuable piece of the puzzle for the Red Wings.
Yeah.
That was a lot of goalie talk, you guys.
Love it. Our
Look,
our
the
listenership
Red
just
Wings
went down.
are far from goalie being their missing piece.
Or went up
Without
one.
a doubt.
So that's
I
why you
agree.
don't go out and spend money on a Bobrovsky or whoever was available the year you were.
Who?
Sounds like a
Bawarashki.
Baba Biersky, whatever his name.
Beluchki.
No, but like yeah, they didn't sign the greatest goalie, but at the same time,
Bobby Boucher.
They have a lot of pieces.
far
They
away.
need to focus on building the team. Their
and a
goalie
goal-
would be like the last
a
piece.
goalie's the last piece that they have to worry about
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
And that's where I wonder if a draft pick drafting the Wallstead might be a decent pick at 6. If he's there,
I wouldn't waste it on a goalie.
I don't
But
disagree.
apparently he's
but at
supposed
the
to be
same
the
time,
next big thing.
You got to build the core. All right,
Oh,
moving on.
Bring back Mike Vernon.
Give me a
He'd be
bump.
good.
Give me a bump, Ryan. Give me a bump.
For what?
Just any bump on the thing. Just push a
Just
button.
bump it.
Oh, that's not the bump. No, I wanted a better bump. Give me a better bump. No, like a. There we go.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. State of My Sports.
You ready to do this one? All right. Well, that was fun. Right now, we're gonna get into Betting Hero segment. Ryan, can you explain Betting Hero while I go take a leak?
Yeah, you better hurry up because I'm not going to take very much time. So
Please flush
yeah,
twice.
Betting Hero,
Wipe
guys.
the
So
seat.
Betting Hero is if you go to bettinghero.com, use promo code MIBETS. They basically just take all the legal online sports betting opportunities that you have in the state of Michigan. They lay out each one for you with the best promo code available at that time. So go to bettinghero.com, promo
Yeah.
code MIBETS. And again, if it doesn't matter what platform you use, these guys are all competing right now for your business. So they just want a lifelong customer. So what you need to do is just go to each one of those, and whenever they're giving you free money, use the best promo code available. Bettinghero.com does that for you. And they lay it out for every single opportunity you have, if it's a big company, a small company, in the state of Michigan that's legal at the time, and they lay it out for you. So go to bettinghero.com, promo code MIBETS, and tell them we sent you. And now Sam is still gone. We did not give him quite enough time.
Hey.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get into explaining where we're at with our NBA playoff bracket that we have going, because I really would like to get into this. I don't know if anybody else really does, but this makes me look really good. So Sam, so I just to get into this, Kyle has.
I'll do
What do you think, John?
Northern Lights.
Kyle has left the building.
Kyle's left the building, and not only that, but he's also left the competition. He picked the Nets, Sixers, Blazers, and Wizards, so he is out. He has no more teams available in the NBA playoffs.
Eliminated.
Micah, I could say the same thing. He's nowhere to be found.
Disappeared.
Picked the Lakers, Heat, Mavs, Boston, Celtics. He's out. No more teams available. Sam, he's just hanging on by a thread here. He had the Jazz, Clippers, Nuggets, and Knicks. So he's got the Clippers left. They're down right now in the third quarter by 13 points. So it's not looking super pretty
That's
for them right
elimination
now.
game, right?
And then I have 3 of my 4 teams left: Bucks, Suns, Hawks, and Grizzlies. So really, honestly, it's looking like I'm going to win the ship on this one.
Yeah, I mean, NBA is the easiest one to pick, so.
I'm just better at it than you guys.
For NHL, it's me versus Micah. Micah has the Canadians, and I have the Lightning. Lightning just wrapped up Game 2 with a 3-1 victory, so they are up 2-0 in the series. So good start for me, even though I don't want them to win. I mean, that's just kind of where we're at. But I mean, we were going to do a Rocket Mortgage draft here, but we're missing 2 guys. Where did Micah go? Does anybody know where Micah went?
Auto pick.
Probably auto pick.
Did he leave?
Micah has left the facility.
Yeah.
He's not coming back?
Also Kyle.
He is no longer on the
I've
premises.
got Kyle's pick if you want to get into this.
Holy smokes. Yeah. All right, so give me.
We're talking about hockey.
Well, Kyle wanted to pick. He really, really wanted to pick Hideki Matsui. That's what he wanted to pick.
Yeah?
And then he realized that it was not Hideki Matsui. It was Matsuyama.
Oh, yeah, because he's, yeah, all right.
That's all I
His
got.
cousin.
That's all. That's all.
I
I
mean,
got.
basically, there's no reason to do the draft at this point, right? But
No, there's no
John,
reason to draft.
John,
Let's
can you
move on.
tell us, like, I mean, who do you like going into this? I mean, obviously the Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit, pretty exciting. A decent field, right?
Decent.
I mean, what do you think about the field?
I like Kevin Kisner, not going to lie.
Kevin Kisner,
I know he's
what are
kinda-
his odds at?
I don't know. Like
Plus 3,500.
Yeah.
So $100 will win you $3,500. That's not terrible. So how much do you like him? Because I could go all in.
If you put $50 on, how much money would you win?
Yeah.
Half of 300, Come on. Right? That's how you do it? I mean, so all right, so Bryson DeChambeau, he's plus 750. Patrick Reed, plus 1,400. I think plus 750 would be interesting because DeChambeau won the tournament 2 years ago?
Last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah. No
Did
fans.
they have it last year?
Yeah, no fans.
Oh, gotcha. So that might help him a little bit. But
Yeah, Long Bomber. There's people there now that'll block his drives from going so far.
it is time to grade our Michigan beers for this episode, but before we do, I want to once again remind everyone of our partner, Siciliano's Market. They're simply the best beer store in West Michigan, located on Lake Michigan Drive, right between Grand Valley State University's main campus and downtown Grand Rapids. Wherever you live in West Michigan, it is worth the short drive for what they have to offer. Whether you know what you want or you need some help from their expert staff, Siciliano's Market is the best place for that. They not only have a massive and up-to-date inventory of the best craft beers from across our great nation, they're individually priced so you can mix and match to build your own six-pack. Along with their great selection of craft beer, they have specialty wines, spirits, ciders, coffee, tea, tobacco, and cigars. They also have the largest selection of homebrew and winemaking supplies in West Michigan. We love that Siciliano's Market is part of the State of My Sports family and is who we visit to help us choose our Michigan beers for each and every episode. So please check them out and let them know that we sent you. So once again, we are grading from Austin Brothers, their variety pack. It came with 5 different flavors. So you have the Northern Lights, the Woody Wheat, the 45er IPA, and the Paralyzer double IPA, along with the Alpina Amber, which we're drinking right now. Ryan, can you explain the amber ale that we're drinking right now? You want me to do? You got it?
No, I'll get there. Yeah, the
It's been one of those episodes, but it's fun. That's why we do it live.
you don't
Keep
even
it raw.
have this on the list. so
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna-
don't. No, I
I'm
have it
gonna
on my
to
phone.
read it.
I have it on my phone.
So Alpena, Michigan is actually where my cottage was growing up.
Yeah?
Long Lake. Yeah. So near and dear to my heart. I love awesome city. So when you were talking about the guys from Southern California going up and just kind of traveling the United States and going through, and they just found Alpena and wanted to make a brewery or start a brewery there, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it is only fitting. Oh, frick, man.
So it pours the amber
Go ahead, take it over.
with a dense foamy head and leaving tight red lacing around the glass. Caramel notes. I say caramel.
Caramel.
Would you say
got it.
caramel?
No. Nobody says caramel. Unless
Would you guys say caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel. All right.
Caramel.
Sweet. We're all on the same page. With a malt-backed mouthfeel and medium-bodied.
Mouthfeel.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's such a weird
It's
word.
weird. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say.
I'm very uncomfortable reading that
yeah,
word.
me too.
I feel like I'm on the wrong app here.
Not to say I don't like it. I do like it, but yeah.
Malty, smooth, light, clean, and sweet. And honestly, the sweetness really sticks out to me a lot on this amber ale.
Man, they have a lot of unique beers, don't they?
They really do. I think one thing that I've noticed with their beers is they're all in on the type of beer that they want it to be. You know what I mean? Like what was the really sweet one that we had? Where'd that can go?
I don't know. It wasn't the Paralyzer.
The orange one.
The Woody Wheat. Woody Wheat, right?
He's got a box full of all of them right in front of him. He's like, where is that? Let me find it.
Well, there's 1 of 5.
Yeah. The Woody Wheat was like very, I don't know, like vanilla-y.
Yeah,
and
vanilla,
sweet,
like
creamy. Yeah, it
orange.
seemed like they hit exactly what they wanted. And I feel like all of these beers, they've done a really good job of hitting what they want.
A lot of flavor in all their beers, for sure.
Yeah. This isn't technically my favorite go-to style, but I think it's solid. I'm gonna go with a 7.5.
Yeah, that's a good score. I'll go with 7.6.
7.6.
It's a good amber. It's not my style either,
Yeah.
but it surprised me. It's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. So obviously we've lost 2 guys. Kyle had permission.
I don't know where Micah went.
Micah left without permission, so I'm gonna have to have a
Is he
little
still
chat.
on the toilet?
Is that what
Chat
they call
with
like an Irish exit where you just don't say anything? You just
Yeah,
like
the Irish
disappear?
goodbye. Yeah.
You,
Irish exit.
yeah. You know,
Heard of that before.
You just walk out.
he
Maybe
probably-
see ya.
he
That's
probably-
what IE means.
So
Got it.
we're gonna need John and Dan to kind of fill their shoes and give us their grades of this beer. John, did you get a little sip of it?
I would love
Here,
to grade
hand
a
that,
beer,
Hand that to
but I'm
No,
gra-
we
I'm
got-
grading
we got some
air
here.
at this
Well,
point.
you know what? Dan's
Great
actually
air
got it over
quality.
there.
So Dan,
Great
tell
air
us,
quality.
give us just a what do you think about that
Well, I-
Alpina Amber? Did I call it the right thing? I don't think I did. But
Alpine Amber, you got it.
Yeah?
Hey, you got it.
Alright.
In just a full disclosure, I'm not an amber fan at all. But this is not this is something I could drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got a smooth. It's nice to have. It's creamy. Man, I'm not the best beer grader of all time, but I'm not forcing it down. So that's my.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at too. We're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
It's a positive, not a
Yeah.
negative.
So
John.
0
I
to
need a
10.
number?
0 to 10.
Oh, for an amber, I'll give it a 7.3.
7-3.
Nice.
All right, John, you're finishing off this grade.
All right, I got to start off by saying I dated a girl named Amber once, and she was crazy. So
Little biased.
So do you like ambers or do you not like ambers?
not at all.
Not at all.
A
Okay.
2.
I thought he was going to say I love them.
Yeah, I mean, nothing great about it.
Nothing great,
It
nothing
says
bad.
it right on the can.
Is that what it says?
Amber,
Nothing
yeah.
great about it. Jeez.
Man,
Those Austin brothers are harsh.
I'll go with a 6.8 on this one.
6'8". All right.
She left me on a bad note.
Yeah.
Clearly,
All right. So as you're
Which
tallying
means he
up,
fell
Irish
in love
exit.
with it.
John, as you're tallying up our averages, and we'll give the each beer an average grade along with the variety pack average grade as well. But before we do that, you guys got some business to take care of, Fuzzy.
I do.
Remind everybody what you were drinking and give it a nice little 0 to 10 grade.
With 1 decimal.
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
Oh,
So
do it.
from Austin Brothers, Stefan Merkel. I think I said it right.
Sounds like a tennis
Maybe?
player. It's like a tennis player.
That's a really
only Stefan that I know is the dude from Family Matters when Steve Urkel was the cool dude.
his alter ego when he
Did
went
I
into the
do
silver
that?
machine. Oh man,
It's gonna be really hard for me to grade.
that's what she
I-
said.
Because I just drink water all the
Yeah,
time.
I
Gatorade,
just don't
Sprite.
drink beer, so it's nothing against them. I don't know. I'd give it a 5.4.
Yeah, knocked it out of the park.
Well done. Yeah.
Joe, round him up, please.
Yeah, come
That's
on.
a really good
They've been a
beer.
fine sponsor.
Like-
Well, hey, I went with this.
I don't ever drink.
Well, you started with the
dad shoes.
yeah.
But now I'm on my 3rd Northern Lights.
You really
and I've
like-
actually
you
seen the
really
Northern
like the
Lights
Northern
before.
Lights. Have you really?
Yeah, in Minnesota. Well, northern Minnesota.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Were they colored or was it just
No.
like white light in the sky?
It was just like this can.
Because I actually saw them in Alpena, Michigan, and it was just white waves of light going across the sky. And it was awesome. But I,
I
didn't
think
get
we've
to see
seen
the
it
color.
on we were at a tournament way back in the day.
In
Probably
Alpena?
Bantams. I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe,
so
yeah.
this is one of the few cities in the Michigan I've not been to. Is
Alpena.
Alpena worth the trip?
I don't know if I've ever been to Alpena. Have we been to that?
Yeah,
Have we?
we did a Alpena tournament.
Did
we?
we?
won it. There's a photo of us.
Alpena,
Oh, that was an Alpena.
Alpena's pretty
yeah.
cool. It's a beach town. Or
It's
Oh,
on Lake
fun
Huron,
term.
right?
It's on
Yeah,
Lake
it
Huron.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually known for like shipwrecks. So they have a little shipwreck
So
museum.
drive there.
Because
Don't
yeah,
take a
don't
boat.
take a boat. Don't take a boat. Yeah, no, it's really shallow in that area, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Of all the high schools I've been to in this state, never anywhere near the thumb area.
Yeah. One thing that I think
Really
is really
nice
cool
area.
about this can is the fact that it's not even called Northern Lights, but they use like the old school Michigan license plate
I
and
think
did
it's
it
sweet.
like so it's like a
It's cool.
what do they call it when it's a custom license plate? Nativity?
Vanity?
No, not nativity.
Vanity
Vanity.
plate,
Yeah,
vanity.
not nativity.
Fanny plate.
Nativity scene.
I knew there was a V in it.
Who is this guy?
Jesus.
Just a nativity of beer
Sweet
cans.
baby.
He's under my stairs right now.
The three wise men are definitely
Nativity.
mercs from Austin Brothers.
Unbelievable.
All right, we interrupted your grades.
No, I think that's a pretty crisp and smooth beer. I would definitely probably drink this on multiple occasions and probably more than just one.
Yeah.
Like I would this is something I'd buy.
One thing that I'm noticing with a lot of these, I mean, as we start drinking, obviously other craft beers, breweries and stuff, like they're light beers that they're going for. They do a really good job.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important because you have the macho football player, Bud Light,
Yeah.
Busch Light, like those type of people that they don't give it a chance. But then
Yeah.
when these breweries take a chance on the light craft beer, like they do a really good job.
But I think the visual is a lot to do with it too.
Well,
it's
yeah.
cool.
Another thing I like about this brewery is the fact that they actually put on the can what it pairs with, what they feel it should pair with, and
Yeah.
what kind of glass you pour
Oh
it in.
yeah, I didn't see that.
So the amber, it says if you pair it with their burger if you're in the in their tap house. Fish and chips, smoked meats, pretzel. I mean, this
has
That's cool.
got burgers, Caesar salad.
That's something called
Salmon.
an avogabo.
apple gobble.
I didn't even know
avocado
that
and
they did that.
turkey?
That is awesome that they did that.
That's cool.
No,
That's
that is
cool.
really cool though. Yeah.
Did you give it a number yet or no?
I did not, but I'm just. That was not on this.
He's
can.
stalling.
Interesting.
Give us a grade for both, right?
Well, the dad shoes. I mean,
That
not
wasn't your style.
You didn't love that one.
I mean, I didn't like it. It was just. I'd say.
Did it taste grassy to you?
No, but it's something I probably wouldn't drink like 3 or 4 of these because it's just.
No, just one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 6.3 on the
Okay.
dad shoes.
All right.
But I mean, the Northern Lights.
Give the Northern Lights a grade, and we'll include this one
for
in
sure.
the average, if
Northern
that's
Lights,
right.
I'm thinking like an 8.2, 8.3.
Yeah.
It's pretty high up there. It's good. I don't mind.
8.3 it is.
I don't mind it.
All right, Dan. Did you grade
Yeah.
you did the Alpino one,
I
right?
did a 7.3 on the Amber.
All right, but what did you start with? And do you
He's got a
remember what you
collection
would
over
give
there.
that one a grade?
The Durkin or the
Merkin
Dreams Come True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. It's not my favorite New England I've ever had before, but I mean, it was, solid. I hate to sound mundane here, but I'd say 7.3 on this one too.
Yeah.
It's solid.
I was like,
Did I mention it was solid?
no, because I was going
Solid.
to say it came with a happy ending. I was just,
Did somebody say that and we missed it? Or? Oh, God, you just thought it in your head and you thought it was funny?
Definitely not. It was good. It wasn't that good.
What about the 45er that you got there?
Oh, yeah. Did you like that one?
Okay, so this apparently
That's
is like
IPA,
their main, IPA. Yeah. Gosh, I have to try it again now. It's
they
been
have
so
cool
long.
graphics. Like we go back to the graphics. They have a cool little setup.
Yeah,
with
I like the
graphics.
As
brand.
good as
I
good
like
a can
this
art
one.
as we've seen.
I like
Yeah.
this one.
Sure.
And it pairs well with like pretty much your favorite weekend food, bratwurst, wings, and yeah,
That
nice.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, this is a 7.
7.
Yeah, straight
All
up.
Very nice. All right, John. We got to give an average
about-
for each of our scores here for the Northern Lights, Woody Wheat, 45er, Paralyzer, and then the last one that's not on my list. What was
Amber
that one?
Ale.
The Amber Ale. Or
Alpina.
Amber.
Amber. Come on, get it right.
I just read the box.
And then we got to get an
Amber Ale.
average score of this variety pack.
Northern Lights. Where we at?
Go for it.
Well, with Joe's 8.3, that moved Northern Lights up to a 7.6 overall.
Wow.
Okay.
From a
Nice.
7.4.
They earned
All right.
that. They earned that one.
They're-
yeah.
Coming in last place is the Woody Wheat. At
Really?
At 7.4.
It deserved better. I'm telling you guys, it deserved better than that.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. It's because it's pretty good. Yeah.
Sweet, but all right.
I think it's consistent with the show as we keep drinking, our scores go higher. So the
Makes
the
sense, right?
40,
I'll say.
yeah, the 40,
That'll be great at the end of
The
episodes.
Paralyzer, we just couldn't get past this one.
the 45er IPA comes in second place at an 8.0 on the dot, and the Paralyzer number 1,
Wow.
ding ding, 8.1
Wow.
with a variety pack,
Figure's the one I didn't have.
Variety pack score is what, like 7,
It is
7.8.
7-8? Wow.
That's a great
That's a
name, the
pretty-
Paralyzer. Like,
That is-
when you're
that-
drinking that, you're gonna be
You're done.
gonna be
Yeah.
in it for the night.
For sure. Yeah. No, that was a good time. Thank you to Austin Brothers Beer Company for giving us this opportunity to grade the variety pack, and thank you to you guys. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate you guys having us
Anytime.
here again. And Dan, thanks for joining. Had
No.
a really good time with you. Sorry about the mic at the beginning, but you passed the test, so
And the
that
intro.
you were able to say the rest.
That's
of
like
it.
that's his rookie lap. That's like your rookie lap. You're
No,
going out there
I-
by yourself.
It's because you're a Blackhawks fan.
Yeah,
Come to the
exactly.
show. We'll give you a mic. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. It was a fun, guys. It was
Thanks,
a lot of fun.
thanks for
Thank you.
having us, or thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. It was a good time, and thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you everybody for recording with us tonight, and we'll talk to you next week, if not sooner.
Peace.